after the Clippers surprised the Suns with a road win. Denver taking care of business. In Sacramento, doing the same at home. The Lakers went on the road, as do the LA Clippers. And I want to welcome you. Great to have you with us. We're set for game 2. I'm Brian Anderson with the coach Stan Van Gundy.
What's going on, everybody? John out here with you. I'm going to be joined by Nick Edwards, partner in crime, as we take in this nightcap for the NBA on TNT. It's going to be the Los Angeles Clippers, the number 5 seed, taking on the Phoenix Suns, the number 4 seed. The Clippers come in 44-38. They also come out fresh with a win in Game 1 at the Footprint Center, 115-110. Your leaders in that one was Kawhi Leonard with 38, 5 and 5, 9 and 10 from the line, and Ivica Zubac, 12 points and 15 rebounds. On the other end, KD 27-11, perfect from the line. And Torrey Craig had a monster game. He was 9 for 12 shooting, 22 points. So as we get into our starting lineups, it's Russell Westbrook, Eric Gordon, Kawhi Leonard, Nicolas Batum, and Ivica Zubac. And on the other side for the Suns, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Torrey Craig, Kevin Durant, and DeAndre Ayton. So this should be a good one. And when Nick Edwards gets in here, we will bring him in. So what the tip-off now is the Phoenix Suns, and they'll try to dump this one into KD as he tries to get around Russell Westbrook and immediately cans the shot from 18 feet. Durant was really good in that last game, and we will see if this continues as Russell Westbrook's going to take this right to left. The Los Angeles Clippers in the all-white with the blue and red piping on the shorts as this is sent back there for Nick Batum and now Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon being guarded by Torrey Craig as Chris Paul got moved right out of the way. Kawhi Leonard gets tripled. Got to get the shot off. Eric Gordon going to flip it from 15, and it's skied and cleaned up by KD. As it's Devin Booker, no hesitation into a right wing three. And Russell Westbrook can't get the rebound. Here's Durant, make the pass across to Craig, and he knocks it down for 3. So the Phoenix Suns quickly up 5-0. Torrey Craig is starting right where he left off as Eric Gordon puts this to Russell Westbrook and now beats Zubac. Zubac has it at the top of the key. Gets a screen, Eric Gordon, now Nick Batum. Inside positioning, DeAndre Ayton against Zubac. Zubac trying to back him down with 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. He hesitates a couple times. He gets fouled at the 3-second mark. That seemed like a ticky-tack one to pick up against Phoenix. Devin Booker doesn't like it. You know, he loves to talk on that side whenever he can. As Ivica Zubac in toward the back, it looked like Devin Booker probably got a piece of the back of the ball on the hand, but it doesn't matter. Shooting foul, in fact, for Ivica as he goes to the line. So in game 1, 12 points, 5 of 8, and 15 rebounds for Zubac, as the first one is up and good. And for Zubac in particular, as we talk about, he is somebody that can easily get you a double-double every game. He shoots with efficiency. He can score a little bit in the post. I understand it's a tough matchup with DeAndre Ayton, but he's going to give as good as he gets. And on the other side, if you're the LA Lakers, you'd still think you'd want to have Zubac's services. But now the Clippers will be enjoying this. Paul George looks on. Again, he is out, and Cameron Payne is out for the Suns. So Devin Booker has it out the right wing. Gets a screen from Ayton. There's good ball movement. Here's Kevin Durant. He's going to shoot this wide open from 12 feet, and somebody didn't pick him up on the mid-range side. Can't leave Durant to do that as it's 7-2. 10:30 left to go here in the first quarter. John out here with you. I don't think the score updated. It still says 5-2, but nonetheless, Kawhi Leonard off of the dribble. He's going to leave it here for Westbrook. He's all on from the right wing side for 3, and he answers. So Russell Westbrook hits the 3, and we're tied at 5. 10-10 left to go in the first. As this is dumped, this is picked up by Kevin Durant. This is almost a lazy pass from Craig, and then what a block on the other end for the Clippers. And now Batum sets it back across, gets it from Eric Gordon. He airballed it from left wing, but the claw's there. Set it up again for Eric Gordon, and he knocks it down. He was all alone from the right wing. So Kawhi Leonard cleaned up the mess and hit all air on the other end for Batum, but Kawhi Leonard helps get the Clippers another 3 at the pass up to Gordon. Booker will float from 16, knocks it down. Some of these mid-range shot looks here for the Suns have been wide open, especially with Booker and Durant so far, which is 9:30 to go in the first. Pass out led there for Kawhi Leonard. I'll leave it here for Gordon. Gordon, no hesitation, right wing side, and he hits another one. Eric Gordon with 6 quick points. Make it 11-7 now with 9:15 in the first. 2 of 3 shooting, 2 of 2 from deep. Chris Paul, pump fake. He's in his mid-range game as he knocks it down. It is death by mid-range, and that's what the Phoenix Suns are electing to do as they've knocked down their last three. It's a 2-point lead for the Clips, however, 11-9. Kawhi Leonard, right wing side. Good. Screen by Zubac. Step back for the claw. He missed it off the front of the rim, but Ivica is there. Eric Gordon again from that same spot. He kissed it off the front of the rim. And this is picked up by Ayton, leaving Chris Paul's going to go left to right. The Phoenix Suns are in the dark black unis with the mix of the yellow and orange on the pant legs is Deandre Ayton. I think he traveled off that jump stop. Yes, he did. So turnover against the Suns as Monty Williams looks on. He's got a little bit more of the, dare I say, Greg Popovich Santa Claus beard there. He's not using that just for men. But again, I have a lot of green myself. As this is Russell Westbrook right to left now. Slowly bring this across the Suns logo at the footprint center. Here's Westbrook. Into a probe. Now he'll back down Chris Paul. Fake the pass inside there for Ivica Zubac. He's got great post position. He goes with a hook shot, misses it up in front of the rim, and Ayton with the easy sky for the pumpkin. As this is Booker turning on the Jets, getting down the lane, uses it off glass with the offhand, and ties it at 11 as he hits it off the window. Eric Gordon off the step back. He's got the switch. Kevin Durant on him. He's at the top of the key. Now Russ. 15 seconds to go. There's a bounce pass as Kawhi Leonard tries to get to the traffic. I think they're going to say Claw carried the basketball. So with 8:05 left to go in the first, we are tied at 11 as Tyronn is trying to get his defense set. If you take a look on the replay of Devin Booker's sweet left-handed layup off glass. Tied at 11. Here's Chris Paul. He uses the pump fake. Torrey Craig wide open right wing side, and Ayton can't get the rebound. They got a push off. This is on Kawhi Leonard. So a traveling against Leonard and a push-off apparently against Leonard. I didn't see it myself, but this will be Suns basketball. 11-11 with 7:56 in the first. John here with you on the play-by-play. You should be joined by Nick Edwards a little bit later throughout this broadcast. We're taking this NBA nightcap. All these other major sports that are going on, none of these games have been close, so we'll see if we'll get a good one here on this side. And then it'll be an off day for me tomorrow. Devin Booker with his pass. That got last touched by the Clips. 3.6 seconds left to go on the clock for Phoenix to trigger in and try to get a shot. I'm looking at the 37-year-old clean-shaven Chris Paul, not having the beard or anything else like that. As Chris is going to get set to pass this one in. There's a bullet. It gets knocked away from Ayton. And does this last go off his hands? Yes, it does. Kawhi Leonard able to force that turnover. So this will be back to the Clippers, and they'll try to take the lead again with 7:45 in the first. So Russell Westbrook. We'll get this here from Nick Batum. It's 3 turnovers to 1. Suns with the early 3. Nick Batum on the right wing side got KD all over him. And he needs to start his dribble outlet. As this is moved around from Ivica Zubac, Eric Gordon out of Russell Westbrook at the top of the key. He's got Booker on him. Puts his head down, gets right to the rim, and bowling a China shot for Russell Westbrook. Puts it right in. And the Clippers have a 2-point lead, 13-11. Chris Paul slowly now left to right across the timeline. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Here's KD. An extra pass. Great defense by the Clips as they force another turnover with an amp pass. Now Eric Gordon leaves it here for Claw. Pump fake. Gets down the lane. Extra pass here for Westbrook. Right wing side. Missed it off the front of the rim. Here's Chris Paul. Maybe he can look to push it. Booker looking to cut. He wanted a lob at the rim, but he's going to leave it here for KD. And a foul is going to be picked up by the Clips. And this one will go against Russ. He just wants to get a clarification with the referee. You can see the animated look on his face. Nothing crazy on that side. But again, what's the call on, just to make sure? 13-11. We go to commercial break. Clips up by 2.
To small towns and on main streets across the U.S., you'll find PNC Bank, helping businesses both large and small.
Merpole, what's going on, my friend? How are you doing? Hopefully this night is treating you well. I should be joined by my friend Nick Edwards here in a little bit, maybe for the second half. We'll see how that one goes. It'll be an off day tomorrow. Hopefully everything's going well for you, my friend. All these other games, as far as basketball and hockey, have not been close. Texting your boys, that sounds good. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself.
What does it take?
So we will go over the NBA scoreboard when we get into the half. I also want to go over the NHL scoreboard as well. If we do have time, we will go to the MLB side. there are some scores that have all been lopsided when it comes to the NBA and the NHL today. And then I noticed that the Tigers got a quick doubleheader sweep over the Guardians. I guess that makes me happy that they've won 5 straight, but I really don't understand it. We'll take a quick look at our baseball scoreboard. 3-0 win for the White Sox. They're 7-11 right now on the season on the White Sox. They get a 3-0 win. The Orioles get a 1-0 win over the Nationals. They're 10-7. Angels all over the Yankees. They win 5-2. They're 9-8 on the year. Tampa Bay Rays get back on their winning ways. They're 15-3. They take out the Reds at Great American Ballpark 10-0. The Marlins win 4-2 over the Giants. And like I said, the Tigers got a doubleheader sweep. They won the first game 4-3 with a walk-off for Kerry Carpenter. And then Riley Green hit a solo shot, I believe, in the 6th to finish that one off. We're in the middle of a commercial break in our basketball game right now. It's currently a 2-point lead for the Clips. It's going to be Suns basketball when we come back. So just going across some of these other scoreboards. A lot of these other ones are in progress. The Rangers are going to get the win over the Royals 12-2. 4-4 between the Red Sox and the Twins. It's in the bottom of the 10th as the Red Sox will have final at bats. Diamondbacks over the Cardinals 8-4 in the top of the 8th. It is 4-0 lead for the Jays over the Astros. Astros might be falling to 8-10 on the season, which is a surprise. In our game right now that we will give you full coverage on the hopelesssportsguide.wordpress.com alongside with the play-by-play, it's a 13-11 lead for the Clips. Again, Nick Edwards should be joining me here in a little while. Eric Gordon with 6, a couple quick trigger threes. Russ Westbrook with 5. And on the other end, it's been mid-range game. Devin Booker, 2 out of 3 shooting. And Torrey Craig hit a single 3, 1 out of 2. His 13-11 score was 6:56 in the first. Again, the ESPN box might be maybe 10 seconds or so ahead of the feed that I have on the TV side, but I'm going to be giving you the complete play-by-play of the game. And it'll be an off day Wednesday before I get joined by Thursday with Cooper Hopkins. That's either going to be New Jersey Devils and Rangers or Kraken and the other side for the Colorado Avalanche. So 6:56 left to go in the first. It's an early 2-point lead for the Clips as it's 13-11. Booker now has it at the Footprint Center logo near the right wing. He'll drop passes to Ayton. He's going to shoot this from about 14, and this is skied and rebounded by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook now putting his head down as he gets in toward the middle of the key, and Zubac's got to get out of there quickly. He's about to get 3 seconds. He'll step out, and Russell Westbrook take the lane, and this goes off the front of the rim, and a foul is going to get picked up against the Clippers, apparently. There'll be either an offensive interference there. It says, when defended by Westbrook, and it's the trio of Durant, Booker, and Chris Paul. 6 points, 2 of that shooting, 2 turnovers on 59 possessions. So Russell Westbrook certainly bringing that effort. Everybody wants to talk about his lack of shooting sometimes. When you're bringing those steals, bringing the blocks, bringing the defense, it's always good. But the problem for Westbrook now, he's going to sit down. He's got 2 fouls. So this is going to be really good for the Suns in the turn of events to try to at least split the home court. So at the very least, the Clippers did what they were supposed to do. Is Terance Mann checks in. And Kevin Durant, easy money there, easy money sniper. That is one of his Twitter accounts when he's not using all those other burners. Makes it a 13-13 game. And now Eric Gordon to Kawhi Leonard, step back for the claw. And he answers from mid-range for about 12 as the Clips go back up by 2. 6 minutes left in the first. Devin Booker will set to take this across the timeline. This has been a game that's been too close to call early, but we'll see if the Russell Westbrook foul trouble is going to be a problem. Chris Paul wide open from the right wing for 3. And Claw going to go ahead and clear the mess, and he'll bring this across. He's being defended by Torrey Craig. Gets a screen from Zubac. Now a spin. Claw gets to the lane and misses it off the front of the rim. Good contest by Ayton. And Chris Paul's going to fall on it. Saves it to KD. KD walk right into a mid-range. And this is off. That is a surprise. This is cleared by Terance Mann. Now Mann toward the right wing side has KD in his face. Ivica Zubac wide open. Nick Batum faked the 3-pointer. A great defense by Craig as he picked Zubac's pocket as this goes to number 35. Durant got it at the top of the key, but he needs a pass outlet. Leaves it back to CP. Now KD at the Suns logo. Shot clock down to 10. Step back from 12. And KD, he's been dominating in the mid-range game. You know, he can definitely do that. He's got that size and height. 6 points on 3 of 5 shooting, 2 rebounds. They showed Russell Westbrook trying to stand up there now. But again, you don't think you want to put him back into the start of the second quarter. At least already got 2 fouls. Zubac tried to jam it down after the Kawhi Leonard Euro miss. And now it's KD. He's got Kawhi on him. Gets around him. Fades away from mid-range. It's an air ball for KD. Got his hands up at the last moment. 15-15. Nick Batum. Extra pass now. Walk into a three. Is Eric Gordon all the way around the rim and out. And this is corralled. Picked up by Kawhi. Terance Mann all alone. Right wing side. He got all day to shoot. And he knocks it down. 18-15. The Clippers back out in front. This has just been a momentum swing series right now. 6 second chance points. Both from 3 for the Clips. And now Devin Booker will back this all the way out. Look at the screen from Ayton. We haven't seen Ayton involved too much just yet. As Booker now, right wing side. Good defense by Mann to knock that away. And if they call a reach in on Terance Mann, I think he'd be a little bit upset at that side. We get a stoppage, though. They did. 4 minutes left to go in the first. It's 18-15 lead for the Clips. We're at the Footprint Center. John, I'm with you on the play-by-play side as we're taking in Tuesday night, Game 2 of the Western Conference quarterfinals. This is the Clippers and the Suns. Devin Booker, 4 steals, 3 blocks in Game 1 against the Clippers. 7 guard in NBA playoff history to get 4 steals and 3 blocks in one game. So Booker going to take 2 free throws here. Knocks down the first. He makes another one here. This will put the Phoenix Suns only down by 1. It's been a good game so far as Landry Shamet gets set to check in. Booker was 26 points, 10 and 19, 4 steals and 3 blocks in Game 1. But the Clippers were able to take that one, 115, 110. Booker now makes both. And it's a 1-point game. Deandre Ayton getting his rest, and so is Chris Paul. As Mann gets set to bring this across the timeline, KD has yet to check out, so he's the lone really starter on the floor. Bismack Biyombo being guarded by Kawhi Leonard. I don't necessarily like that matchup. Couple series of fakes. Gordon gets around Booker, gets down the lane. Now it's a great block by KD. And now Devin Booker on the right wing side. Step back on Leonard. He missed it off the front of the rim. Ivica Zubac. He tried to save it. And this ball is still going the other way. Torrey Craig can't believe it. He almost threw his armband. As all the crowd continues to boo. And Monty Williams wants to know what the explanation is. I think it was Devin Booker off the steal from Zubac. He might have traveled with the basketball. I'm going to take another look at it. Yeah, he did. He didn't get a chance to dribble it the first time. So it's a turnover against the Suns, and this will be Clips ball. And a technical foul is called against Torrey Craig again. He said he almost threw his headband. He got really demonstrative. So now they'll bring Claw. He's always around 85% free throw shooter at the line, and he makes it. So the Clips up by 2, and they have the basketball. 19-17 is the score. 3:31 left to go in the first. So if the Clips, again, this is way too early, and again, you have to wonder about the foul trouble that Westbrook's in. He's already got 2 in the first. But if they do take the second game and they go back to Crypto.com Arena, you have to feel pretty good that the Clippers could close out the series. I know basketball is a series of momentum swings on that side where everybody beats everybody and get a little wild sometimes. But you think with Kawhi Leonard and some of the pieces they have, they wouldn't mess up the advantage that they have. Ivica Zubac. And this is free throws. Durant's a little upset now as he's screaming at the referee. And Plumlee will go to the line here for the Clips. They'll be able to shoot 2. So on the other end, when you're thinking about, I'm going to make sure I check out the bench side of it. Mason Plumlee, he shoots 68%, which is the second highest field goal percentage in the NBA. I noticed in his time in Detroit, he was not a very good free throw shooter. You'd be lucky if he was about 50%. But he was 10 points, 3 of 3 with 11 rebounds as he gets the friendly bounce off the front of the rim, and the Clips now up 20-17 with 3:17 in the first. But he can definitely be a double-double guy. Zubac's the same thing. Clippers can get a lot of secondary production, and they now have Bones Hyland, who they picked up from the Denver Nuggets. Norman Powell's still been there from the Portland Trailblazers now with the Clippers over the last season. He can bring some 3-and-D type. And this is push shot really for Plumlee, but he makes both. 21-17. Clippers up by 4. It's been their largest lead of the game, really, so far. As its right wing side, trying to spin around Eric Gordon. And this is good ball movement, Landry Shamet. Now here is Bledsoe. I believe that was inside. And this is sent back around and hooked in by Bismack Biyombo. As I'm going to make sure that was Josh Okogie, my fault on that side. Josh Okogie was the entry pass on for Bismack. As it's a chance now for Kawhi Leonard. Leonard putting his feet down. I'm going to leave it here for Powell. We'll step this one back here for Mann. Mann now having to get around Bismack. This is a long outstretched pass. Can it be saved? Yes, Bismack Biyombo. And he threw it right away. An overhead pass to nobody in particular. And this is going to be Clippers basketball as it's 21-19. He goes, my bad on that side. We'll take a commercial break. 2:35 in the first. Clippers up 21-19. Mirapol says, I just came back from baseball practice. That's pretty cool, man. It says the Cardinals score is making my eyes need for therapy. 8-4 Diamondbacks. And sometimes that happens, but I still think with the amount of players and everything else that the Cardinals have, they should have a really good part to do pretty well, be able to get in the postseason in the National League. We'll see how they do in the Central. We'll get you some more baseball scores here because I want to save the NBA and the NHL stuff for the halftime portion of it. So the other game does go final. Rangers win 12-2. They're all over the Royals at Kaufman. It was a 5-4 win in extra innings for the Red Sox over the Twins. Twins folded 10-7, but they still have the lead in the AL Central. Marlins win 4-2 over the Giants. Phillies got a 7-4 win over the White Sox. And I think they also played a doubleheader. So Phillies won the first game, and the White Sox won 3-0 in the second game. That's clarification that I can give you. Let's give you some in-progress scores. It is the Pirates over the Rockies, top 7-5-3. It's scoreless, top of the third between the Cubs and the Athletics. They are at Rickey Henderson Field, but who knows for how long. The Brewers have taken a 3-0 lead over the Seattle Mariners. That will make my broadcast partner Cooper Hopkins very happy. It is bottom three. Padres down 1-0 at home to the Braves. Dodgers and Mets are just underway. They are scoreless in the late game.
MLB on TBS Tuesday is back for a new season. We are ready to play baseball.
This is a scoreline that is surprising that I have to get to right now. I just can't help myself. The Seattle Kraken have a 1-0 lead over the Colorado Avalanche. Eli Tolvanen from 3:26 in the first period, unassisted goal. It is Philip Grubauer made the first couple saves, and Alexander Georgiev stepped 4-5. Seattle up early on the defending champs. We'll see if that continues in the 7-game series. We know Seattle is top 4 in goal scorer in the NHL. They can definitely do that, but the goaltending is the huge concern, and that's why I took Colorado, I think, in 6. I think it could go as early as 5, but Seattle is good enough as far as the offensive side where I think they'll get a couple of these games in the series, but that would be humongous. And in that sense of the game, too, if Cooper and I do that on the Thursday side, you would expect if Seattle takes game 1 that Colorado will be ready to detonate, but we'll see what ends up happening with that one. So Kevin Durant in the playoffs has lost his last 7 playoff games, and that kind of makes your eyes water. And when you're thinking about that, you're seeing some of the defensive prosperities that are against him there, and they're showing the cascade of turnovers that the Phoenix Suns are throwing in front of themselves right now, and that's not what you want, but at least the scoreline's still close. It's 21-19 with 2:30 left to go in the first. Terance Mann races across the timeline right to left. Again, the Clips have this one get knocked away. Norman Powell can't go into the backcourt to pick this one up as his last touch. So this is going to be Phoenix basketball. They have a chance to tie or take the lead. 2:26 in the opening frame. John Under with you. This is the Western Conference quarterfinal. The Los Angeles Clippers stole game 1 at the Footprint Center about 1:15, 1:10. Nick Edwards should be joining me here, at least I think for the second half. And then I'll be taking an off day before we get back on the ice on Thursday. Kevin Durant being guarded by Kawhi Leonard. And Claw steps through. Here's a race. Trying to put his head down and slams it. Kawhi Leonard rips it from KD and finishes on the break. It really wasn't a break, I guess, because Durant stayed with him all the way, but he still got the dunk. Shamet pocket pass Biombo. Here's an extra one now for Craig. And he's all alone as he knocks it down from three. So this is a 23-22 game as this is picked back up again by the Suns. Kawhi Leonard. Step through. He's got Devin Booker on him now. Again, they're going to change all the defenders to try to tire out Kawhi Leonard as much as possible. But I don't think that's possible. Powell, left wing side, missed off the front of the rim. And Plumlee got messed up on a screen. This will go the other way for Shamet. Here's Booker. He's trying to probe his way baseline. And someone's going to pick up the foul before the drive. So Kevin Durant, they're showing the defense by the claw, able to rip it from the right hand of KD. And then quickly bounce this basketball and then just dunk it right over. Nobody wanted to pick him up after that. Kawhi Leonard showing you the superlative defense that he can bring. 38 points on 13-24 shooting, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Also a couple steals and a block in that game one win, 115-110. KD now. You got the inbound here from Josh Okogie. Okogie inside. He's already hit a couple of threes. Now back out to KD. KD falling away. Difficult shot, air ball. And now Norman Powell. There's a chance for Bones Hyland. He wants the basketball. And what a block by Bismack Biyombo, but it's saved by Powell. Shot clock not reset. Takes the body contact. This is up the front of the rim. And this is Sky back tap. And Kawhi Leonard's got it. With the shot clock reset now off the tap, it's back down to 5. Kawhi Leonard almost lost the basketball. Clippers up by 1. Shot clock down to 5. Long three for the Claw. And he makes it count 26-22. Kawhi Leonard is a bad man. He's always been one of my favorite players in the NBA since coming out of San Diego State on that end. And again, he got to watch his alma mater, although they lost to the UConn Huskies in the national championship, the Aztecs. He's a big part of that. 26-22. This is going to stay as this is last touched by the Clippers. So Kevin Durant, they force with the help of Plumlee to force it there with Kawhi Leonard on Durant. And then again, right in the face of Landry Shamet. He says, take all 3 of these. 26-22. Clippers up by 4. It's their largest lead of the game. It's been punch, counter punch so far. It's been a lot of fun. Chris Paul gets set to check in here for the Suns. Bones Hyland will be his matchup here, at least for this last 33 seconds, and we'll see what they continue to do with Russell Westbrook. He's got 2 fouls. Here's a quick trigger from Durant. He had a great look on the right wing side, but he missed it. Kawhi Leonard now will get a chance to get this as it's across the timeline. Couple of jump stops. Man, extra pass. Kawhi thought about the 3. He gets Durant the pump fake. Great ball movement. Here's a 3-pointer knocked down by Mann. And the Clippers score again, 29-22. So Phoenix, shot clock turned off. Got the last opportunity here in the first quarter. Can the Clippers continue to do this? It is a 14-foot wide open mid-range. Great look. You got to have a quick outlet pass. This is picked up by Paul. Can he get it off in time? Yes, he can. And it's missed off the backboard. But at the end of 1, the Clippers have a 29-24 lead over the Suns. Come right back. We'll call the second quarter.
Make more good in a Kia Sportage X-Pro. Kia, movement that inspires.
Why would they scream joy? telling people that Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the Buffalo has been around.
Dozen wings.
And did you know that Geico offers motorcycle insurance? Oh, my lips are burning. Ah, no, my lips are actually burning.
Geico, over 85 years of savings and service. See how much you could save at geico.com.
It's too hot. This is too hot, man.
Hey Google, call Candace. Where are you at? I'm out of town. Any chance you can come through? On the way. We got next. This is Taylor Brooks reporting live. What started off as a neighborhood pickup game has reached epic levels. This could be the best pickup game of all time.
Look at you. Investing like you run what you need. I guess that makes you the boss. You said things like, I want that EPS on my desk by EOD. You do shorts. You do longs. You do all. Whole investment strategy one. Because no one runs your money like you. Wingstop has 12 flavors of chicken sandwich. In my day, we had one flavor of chicken. Now they have garlic parmesan, mango habanero, and lemon pepper. Get in the flavor at Wingstop. Kawhi Leonard, James Harden on both ends of the floor. Defensively, playing against the great Kevin Durant, gets the steal on the crossover and takes the ball down for a dunk, gets the three on Randy 7, and then penetrates into the plane, great pass to Terance. A pressure up coverage, presented by Leonard. 5-point game as we go to the second. On the go, Chris Hayes and Tyronn. Here's Coach Tyronn, little coach. You saw 39% in that first quarter, but lead the ball game. What is key? That's all. Being physical, bringing physicality to the game. We're doing defensively. Offense, we get some good shots. We're going to load up, so we got to make sure our space is right. You mentioned loading up, a lot more attention to detail.
So Russell Westbrook's back out there with the 2 fouls. We get set to start the second quarter. Terance Mann on the inside cut, trying to get around a couple of the defense. He'll fade back, and he'll draw the foul. So Clippers will be going to the line to shoot 2. And when you talk about it, some of the numbers there, again, Westbrook 2 fouls. I have the notes in the story as far as the LA Clippers. I think they've had some great shooting and defense, even though they're about 39%. Gordon's hit a couple threes. Mann's hit a couple threes. Leonard's been dominant with 8 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal against KD. And Terance Mann to continue to add to it as he's got 7. So Kawhi Leonard's been doing it all right now, and you expect he's that type of player that can do so. As Devin Booker gets set to check back in, Clippers now want to try to take their largest lead of the contest early here. This is the back half of the first half, but 11:43 to go in the second. A 31-24 lead for LAC against Phoenix. We're at the Footprint Center here. Drawn out with you on the play-by-play. I should be joined by Nick Edwards in the second half, as this is another mid-range chance for Deandre, and this one from 12 feet, and he knocks it down. They've been leaving him open. I guess the Clippers want to know they got to give up something, so they'll live with the Deandre mid-range chances. Now here's an opportunity. Bones Hyland. He's on the backboard as he makes Chris Paul fall down. And this is last touch by Plumlee, but he touches it out of bounds. Hyland with a step back. It broke the ankles of Chris Paul, but it didn't matter. Josh Okogie will get set to check back in here for Landry Shaman. Okogie's actually been pretty good in this game so far. Only got 1 shot, 3 points, got a couple rebounds as well, but he's been noticeable off the bench for the Suns. What they need to do is stop turning the ball over, though, and get some stops. As this is sent back here for Ayton off the spin. He gets canceled by Plumlee, and now Ayton's going to need a pass outlet. It's Chris Paul way at the top. He can't. We'll set the Suns logo, and he'll hesitate. Pump fake. This gets knocked away by Mann. He's going to have to turn around and shoot it. This goes high off the backboard. Is this going to be corralled? Yes, by Bones. As he's got it now. Leave it here for Russell Westbrook. Westbrook now right wing side. He walks right into a mid-range, misses it off the front of the rim, and CP gets the rebound. So an opportunity here for Devin Booker for the Phoenix Suns to try to get closer in this. They're down by 5. Chris Paul didn't take the 3. He was wide open. He's going to walk in the mid-range instead. Miss it off the front of the rim, and Mason Plumlee gets the rebound. Here's Russ quickly down the timeline, all the way down the lane, and he missed the layout. That seemed like a good take, but he took it too strong. And now Booker. Spin this back around. This gets last touched off of Powell's hands as he knocked it away from Booker. This will stay with Phoenix. They are down 1-0 in the series right now. The Clippers, it's too early to say upset on the side of it again, but if they can take 2 of these at Footprint Center, they put themselves in a great situation against the Suns. Plumlee with an active jump of the hands, and he knocks it away. This will still stay with the Suns as he knocked it away from Ayton. 16 seconds to go on that shot clock. Kawhi Leonard going to get some rest. He doesn't look like he's least bit bothered for what he's been doing. He's just playing the game of basketball that he's really good at. Not even a little sweat on that side. Booker gets the deflection. Great work by the Clippers again. Their defense has been exceptional so far. Russell Westbrook, he can walk into a mid-range. Now he'll fall into it, and he'll draw the foul against Chris Paul. So Russell Westbrook, he doesn't mind the fact that he's got 2 fouls. He sees Chris Paul in his rearview mirror. He's going to get by and try to create everything. It's Kevin Durant. Is he going to get set to check back in? Yes, he is. He's making his way walking toward the scorer's table. Phoenix looks a little bit discombobulated. I'm not going to say with the offensive executions, but they're passing. They're just running into sort of the brick walls, double teams, extra hands, everything the Clippers can do to try to circumvent Phoenix's offense. They're doing that right now. As Westbrook makes the first, he's got one more coming. Clippers up now by 6, 32-26, with 9:51 to go in the second. So for Russell Westbrook, again, you talk about the shooting percentage. I think it was 4 of 16 in the last game. But you talk about the multitude of blocks and steals that he had. I think the Clippers would take that every time. The effort, intensity, attention to detail when it comes to defense, especially the extra motivation, I think, going up against KD, you know he's going to be fired up. He always brings the effort. And he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt about it. I'd like to actually see Russ give him because I think he deserves it for all the stuff that he's done. He's always worked hard. Chris Paul missed this badly off the front of the rim. That was in the mid-range side. Here's Westbrook off the jump pass, and he saves it. And they score it. What a save by Westbrook. I wasn't sure about the first pass he made to Norm Powell, but again, he didn't give up on the play, allowed Powell to pick it back up out of the air, and he finished it 35-26. Ayton again from mid-range. He's been absolutely deadly. They're leaving him between 10 and 12 feet. He's knocked it down every time. That seems to be his spot. Bones Hyland now. It's 35-28. Get the screen from Plumlee. Off the step back. Now an extra one. Russell Westbrook thought about the 3. Step in on Durant now. Pass it back out. It's Norman Powell. Put his head down off the running hook. You got the English off the rim. 37-28 Clippers. I'm liking what I'm seeing right now. This is a chance as this is passed in. And now Deandre Ayton, after a long bomb, Durant's got a catch. This is a difficult pass. I really didn't like that one from Chris Paul, but foul going to be picked up by the Clippers. That was just a nonchalant pass. You take a look at Norman Powell, and this is off the front of the rim, but they show the one before that. Westbrook able to save it out of the air, back to Powell after maybe a first pass. He wasn't really sure where it was going, but it ended up working out pretty well. So foul call on the floor against the Clippers again. That'll be the second against. This one will be against Norman Powell. I believe T.J. Warren is the one that just checked in. So I'll be able to keep a look on him. I think number 10 is the number that he's rocking with right now. Number 10 for Damon Lee, number 21 for T.J. Warren. As Chris Paul has it off the bounce pass. Okogie, extra one for Ayton. And Ayton, he's been carrying the Suns right now. 37-30. He's looked good. He's really one of the only Suns I can say that's looked good. 14-5 bench points for the Clips. They're up by 7. Powell gets around the screen. Wraparound pass. Russell Westbrook wide open from 3. And he banks it in. 40-30. Russell Westbrook. So it's a 10-point Clippers lead. Ayton again from 12 feet. And he is just automatic from the mid-range. They keep leaving them open. They're giving up something. I guess they're not going to worry about death by 2s. They worry about 3s. As Ayton has been good. He's got 10. Now Russell Westbrook at the top of the key. Step back here for Bones, no hesitation, top the key for three, miss it up in front of the rim. And this is skied by Ayton leading to Durant now. Left to right for KD. Backs up on Mann, and now he'll bounce pass it here for Josh Okogie. Floater. Miss it off the front of the rim. Try to back tap and save it. Bones has it now. Nishan Hyland, that's his actual name, but he goes by Bones. Takes it down the lane and scores it. 42-32. I think Monty Williams going to want a timeout. Not really sure he can believe what he's seeing. And when you think about everything that's been going on at the Footprint Center and the Phoenix Suns, and you have guys that are on the Brooklyn Nets now on the side of between Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges, I know you made the move for Durant, but if that doesn't work out, you took out the lifespan of your team. Commercial break. Come right back.
Check this out. We can pre-qualify with Carmax fast and easy. Did you just block me?
I was protecting your credit score.
Pre-qualify with Carmax has no impact to your credit score.
Sorry, of course I have it.
Anyway, then folks can shop by personalized results to see how each car fits their budget.
Feels really good.
You just blocked me again. Come on.
Get pre-qualified with no impact to your credit score. CarMax.
At Domino's, we are obsessed with delivery, and we hate seeing other guys deliver something for us. So we took crispy, golden pies.
And loaded them with pizza toppings. Domino's new local tops are made to be delivered.
Pizza and tots. What else could be better than that? I'll be here in 5. We ready?
There's a little football here.
Left.
We should have used there.
Today, let's paint, spray, and stain with the most trusted paint brand. There, only at Home Depot.
Was it Rich here before?
Yes. What does it take to change the story of a boy who fell in love with the game? Lost his mom at 16, had to sleep with his best friend on the couch, and averaged just 2 points per game in high school. What does it take? One viral video. Connecting changes everything. AT&T.
Focus. Just you and the target.
Guess we don't make such a bad team after.
Rated T for teen.
The 4th season of the Steam Room. Man, I can't believe it.
Candace.
Hey guys.
Pedro Martinez.
Jamal Crawford joins us.
One rule for guests, and that is keep your towel on.
Yeah. You're an older player, obviously. But
Hold up.
so I look at the creases in his jeans. I don't look at his face.
They touched the wrong way. Named your daughter after a mall?
Yeah, you're a mess, man.
New episodes of the Steam Room podcast weekly.
All I have to do is win 7 games.
What's going on? How are you doing? We're in the middle of a commercial break. It's a 42-32 lead for the Clippers. So let's get back into the action here. It's the Phoenix Suns with the basketball. They're down 10. I put the note in the story there as far as Deandre Ayton 5 for 6, 10 points all from 10 to 12 feet from the mid-range side. Maybe that's what the Clippers are trying to give up. But the rest of the defense for everything else has been good. And that was an extremely difficult floater there for KD, but he's the one that can do it from about 8 feet as he gets it off the window. 8 points, 4 9 shooting, and 3 rebounds for Durant. Now Russell Westbrook slowly right to left across the timeline, explode down the lane and scores! And he gets the foul! Russell Westbrook takes advantage of whoever doesn't want to pick him up in the paint. And also, I think DeAndre Ayton got a hand on it. as there was a primal screen from Westbrook. But man, he's looked good since he's been in Clippers uniform. He's always been a good player nonetheless. I always thought the criticism that he got from the Lakers, that was very unfair. I understand the money on that end, but it's not just one player, it's a whole team. The roster construction wasn't very good. Now on the other side of the Clippers, where it is, he's kind of thriving as he completes the M1. The Clippers, how about this? 10 of 10 from the free throw line. That's a good way to keep your lead as it's 45-34. Booker. His entry pass, this will instead go to Chris Paul. Now they find Katie. Got Westbrook on him. Deandre Ayton missed it off the front of the rim. I thought he'd go for the jam. Extra jump. Good defense by Zubac, but Ayton cans it anyway. Deandre Ayton's been the only sun that's been shining bright here. 45-36 as it's back down to 9. Westbrook going to take his time as he gets his signals out there. He wants a little isolation, I believe, on Devin Booker. Now he tries to spin off. Extra pump. Here's a chance there for Mann as he turns it down. Now it's Bones Hyland down to 2. And a foul called against Chris Paul. Is that going to be no shots? I don't think it is. This will stay with the Clippers nonetheless. 45-36 as Chris Paul, I think, picks up numero dos as well as Hyland. Yeah, there was all kinds of contact there between the hands, the body, everything else. Chris Paul was kind of squirming around. This is an opportunity. Bones is going to get a chance to check out. He's been pretty good. The whole bench right now for Tyronn Lue's squad. You got to like what they're doing. And Terance Mann here for Claw. Claw's going to get his first action in the second. Probably close this out the final 6 minutes. Step into right wing 3. And Kawhi Leonard bottoms. 48-36 right off the bench, and he scores again. And now Booker try to go between his legs. He'll kiss this out the window and miss. My goodness, that was 2 feet. And now Kawhi Leonard. He gets down the lane, trying to get around Torrey Craig. Extra spin. Not going to back out. And they foul Kawhi as it's 48-36. This is all Clippers right now. You kind of wonder where the Suns' run is going to come from because Booker's been bottled up, Paul's been bottled up, Durant's been bottled up. The only person that's even doing anything right now is Deandre Ayton. And the interesting part, again, you go in regular season, that's not who they even wanted. They thought about letting him go to the Indiana Pacers, and I don't really understand that. Kawhi Leonard with a rare miss at the line, but he's got one more coming. Again, for Kawhi Leonard, I'll take a look at these notes that I have. Really isn't anything that's going to be surprising at this point, averaging about 24 points per game this season. All around, as far as the rebounds, assists, blocks, steals, he's been doing all of that in this game. Kawhi Leonard makes the second. And now it's 49-36. Clippers with their largest lead of the game, which is at 13. Deandre Ayton, 10 points on 5 of 6. The rest of the team this quarter, 2 points on 1 of 6. As this is a chance for Devin Booker. And you think of Deandre Ayton, he's got to touch this basketball every single time. Torrey Craig gets a 3. He's one of the only other ones that's actually shown a pulse as he's knocked down another 3-pointer. And that's going to put Torrey Craig now up to 6 points. And Kawhi Leonard throws it down in the face, and he stares at the Suns bench as it's back up to 51-39. Claw with 14 points, 5 shooting, and 5 rebounds, also with 5 assists. Booker off the step back, great defense by Mann, but an even better shot by Devin Booker. That is something that the Suns badly need, as now it's a 51-41 game. Terance Mann gets a little bit entangled there with Torrey Craig. And here's a step back, Kawhi. Series of dribble moves. I think that might have been a little bit of a heat check. Nonetheless, I think the Suns will take it. And this was skied by Deandre, and Kevin Durant draws the foul. This will be picked up by Norman Powell. That might be his third, actually. That could be dangerous. There's Torrey Craig. He just blew right by to Kawhi Leonard. And then he beat on his chest there for a second. An even tougher shot by Devin Booker on the other end with a seriously contested mid-range. He's got that on an amethyst lock right now. At least for that one, not for the whole game. 4:27 left to go in the second. The Clippers up by 10. It's 51-41. And the Suns have the basketball. It's Booker now, right wing side, bounce pass, extra pass, knocked away from Ayton, falls down, saves it. This one to Torrey Craig. It's down to 5 seconds to shoot. Booker, Craig's wide open again. And I don't know why. I mean, I understand there is a mess of communication sometimes, but he's the only one really killing them from deep. And again, he had a great game last game. 9 of 12, 22 points in the loss. 3 of 4 shooting from 3. So he's got 9 points. Ivica Zubac. He got set to check in as he leaves it here for Russell Westbrook. Now Westbrook accelerates past Craig, kisses off the glass and in. Russell Westbrook, he's showing that speed burst as he knocks it down 53-44. What's going on, Nolan? I will make sure that I add you in on this side if you want to go ahead, if you're just listening along. 53-44. Durant with a step back from 18, and KD sticks it, makes it 53-46. It is Clippers basketball, as now the Suns are starting to make a little bit of a dent. This will pick back up by Russell Westbrook. Fade away from 10, and he kisses it off the glass. Russell Westbrook has had a great game right now, and he continues to add to it. 55-46. He's got 17 points on 6 and 9. Step back for Durant, and it looks like OKC all over again, even though it's Clippers and the Suns. As his mom looks on, I hope they stop giving her camera time because it drives me nuts every time I see her out there. Kawhi Leonard. Try to get the move around. A couple of defense, and Landry Shamet bounce pass. Zubac throws it down as he had a little bit of a standing dunk animation there. 57-48. 2:30 left to go in the second, as now baskets are starting to be traded, and that's fine. The Suns are finding their offense, but now they got to find some defense. Kevin Durant, and he got all entangled there with Nick Batum, and Nick's going to pick this one up. 57-48. So Kawhi Leonard, they're showing him getting the lane, split double teams, making beautiful passes. We go to commercial break. 57-48, 2:24 left. It is Clippers up front.
He recruited others to join. They roamed the hood and challenged authority. Community leaders feared them. Religious leaders abhorred them. We have to get them off the streets, they said. But they weren't part of a gang spreading hate and terror. They were spreading love.
I'm thirsty. Try this. Start.
It's 11 hours over. It's Christmas.
So refreshing.
Sorry to the life set. It's different. This Friday.
Mom, open up. Open up now.
I'm getting this out of here.
You don't look so good, Mom. No. Big ol' hug. Kiss from you won't fix.
Rise. We are Opinion Leaders Friday.
Next time on the whole story.
That's also left to play.
Meet the climate warriors racing to save the planet.
You're part of the movement to basically build the oil industry in reverse.
The Godzilla. Get mad, get killed up.
The whole story of listen to Sunday at 8 on CNN. It just gets better and better. This is the kind of basketball I get excited about. Lakers, Grizzlies, Timberwolves, Nuggets. Tomorrow at 7, NBA playoffs presented by Google Pixel with round one coverage presented by Nerd Wallet on TNT.
Okay, girls. My whole career has shown you how to survive the unknown. This time, instead of me saving you from the wild, you're gonna have to save yourself from me.
My biggest phobia is fish, so I was just hoping it didn't have to do with that.
It's to do with it. Get ready for the hardest, dirtiest, most disgusting day of your life.
I'm beard little now, and I have no idea what sex.
I think it's gonna be a cakewalk.
I felt sorry for them.
Can you be there?
For the hate or shut up.
Bring it on.
Now, yes, dirty.
I'm not good. It's at my dignity.
We already lost that when you signed up to it. Welcome to our Survive Bear Grylls.
I Survived Bear Grylls, a new competition series May 18th.
What was the most disgusting thing I ate? Everything. Everything.
on TBS.
We're back in Phoenix, where this is a really intense playoff basketball game. Where Clippers are up
Paul George might be looking on right now for the Los Angeles Clippers, but you got to believe that Paul George likes what he sees nonetheless looking on. 57-48, 2:24 left to go in the first half. Again, 24 points per game, 56 games played, 6 rebounds and 5 assists coming out for the series with a knee injury, but we will see how long that will continue with the rest of it because the Clippers are playing well. KD at the line as he makes the first. It was Batum that picked it up since we've come back from the break. And now the Suns will try to make this a 57-50 deficit if he can make both. Again, Paul George wearing a lot of that jewelry and chains and gold watches and everything else. Again, you have that kind of money in the NBA, but he's looking pretty stylish. Durant makes both, and now it's Batum. Leave it here for Russell Westbrook against Durant. Here's an outstretched pass. Kawhi Leonard able to jump and catch it. And now this is lost in between his legs. And now this could be an opportunity for Phoenix to be able to create something. But now they force the turnover and everybody's back on defense. It's Westbrook against Durant on defense. Westbrook walks away from it, and Durant will just stick in the mid-range. He's starting to heat up in a little bit of a volume shoot game for KD, but he's got 10 in this quarter for 16 points. And now it's Russ against KD. Long range three for Eric Gordon. That was like from 35 feet. As this comes the other way, Booker putting his head down. And he draws the foul against the Clippers. And this is the run that Phoenix needed when they get to the end of this first half. And Kevin Durant just created the space. Russell Westbrook didn't want anything to do with it. Neither did Ivica Zubac, as he was able to make it from 14. 57-52 as D-Book going to go to the line to shoot two, trying to get 10 points on 3 of 7 shooting. He makes the first, has one more coming. Russ is going to get set to check out here, but nonetheless, he had a great first half. Tomorrow on NBA TV, it's going to be the Heat and the Bucks at 9 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 on TNT for the Lakers and the Grizz. And then the Wolves will play game 2 on the late side. Kawhi Leonard, they'll be Wolves and Nuggets. Kawhi Leonard now has it, the footprint center logo, being guarded by Devin Booker. Shot clock down to 8. Pretty much bowls him over. And now gets this long cross-court pass. Nick Batum wide open for 3. This is off the front of the rim. Great rebound. Eric Gordon going to lock right into it again. And he missed it badly. And now Phoenix has a chance to tie. Phoenix. Durant rise from mid-range. He had an easy look, and he blew the bunny. And now it's Zubac for Batum. Batum with the chest pass here for Gordon. Gordon split the double team, put his head down. Fans wanted a travel call. Zubac with the hook was up front of the rim. Clippers gone ice cold. The Suns have been starting to heat up a little bit. They've been trading baskets. Now they're getting stops. And Durant gets taken out. Now Zubac tries to save it. Eric Gordon looks at the clock. Leaves it here for Claw. Claw now against Chris Paul. This is a hell of a mismatch, and he knocks it down from the mid-range side. It's too much size. You got about 6'7" against 6 feet tall. Kawhi Leonard with his 16th point, 8 in the quarter. He's got 8 in the first, 8 in the second. Chris Paul step back, and he knocks it down from 15. And the Suns back within 3 now. They were down by as much as 12. Chris Paul, 4 points, 2 of 6, 5 assists. Now Eric Gordon. He's got it at the Suns logo. Working against Kevin Durant, but he needs some dribble help. It's Terance Mann against Craig. Here's an outlet pass, a spin for Kawhi. Missed it off the front of the rim with the shot clock turned off. Phoenix has a chance to tie. Devin Booker has it at the right wing. Shot clock down to 2. Fires it. It's good. It's good. Ties the game at 59. That ends the first half. The Phoenix Suns with a massive run. It was all Clippers. They were up by as many as, I think, 12 or 13 points. It doesn't matter now. We got a brand new ball game. Devin Booker right in Terance Mann's grill. Take all 3 of these. Tied at 59. And when we come back from half, we will get into the third quarter.
I need some positivity today. I'm trying to cover this spread, and your father's off, G. What's wrong with my vibe? We gotta get you one of these, G. Get yourself some of this positivity in life, and boom! You see that? Spread's covered. Thank you, Mama. In a minute, G.
Need to expand. So feel like you should start delivery. I know.
You know, with Amazon Business, you can save on supplies. Use that money to change things. What? At the business school.
That wasn't business school, Brad.
You know what to do.
Yeah, I got this.
Millions of supplies and quantity discounts. Business will be flying.
Amazon Business, your partner for smart business buying.
Able to let a car freshener hit you with an overwhelming blast of perfume? Febreze carpet clips work differently. Febreze gives you consistent freshness that starts just right and stays just right. For 40 days, upgrade to Febreze Car.
An ice cold Michelob Ultra, courtesy of Saw Your Air Ball last game. A refreshing Michelob Ultra, courtesy of You Have a Highlight Air Balls.
Before it becomes a highlight, and the moment forever frozen in time, it's done over and over again until the final buzzer goes off. No matter the goal, your time defines your greatness.
All these new loaded fries have lots of friends. We need bacon, the fun one, crispy chicken, the silly one, cheddar, the cozy one, and then a new sauce drizzled in like, what's up, loaded fries? Arby's, we have the meat.
iPhone 14 Pro?
Switch to T-Mobile, you get one on there. You have T-Mobile?
Well,
And Apple TV Plus included. Got that?
wow.
Well, join T-Mobile and get the powerful iPhone 14 Pro with Apple TV Plus on us.
Rapid rehydration initiated.
Rapid rehydration gets you back on the game. Gatorade. So what if I buy a different car?
State Farm's here to help.
What if I gave you different color commentary? It's a hard worker, that midnight blue. So valuable.
Is that Ricky Miller?
Pair it with the harvest gold. That's chemistry.
What about this foolish red?
Personally, not a fan.
At State Farm, we're there for your what ifs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Go to NBA.com and get today's special offer. Shop now.
In the last 5.5 minutes of the first half, a 13-point Clipper lead vanished. And that's when Devin Booker connected from deep to tie things up at 59 in Game 2 of this Western Conference first round. American Express halftime report coming from your studio, Jay. Right here in Atlanta, GA. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Tony Charles Barkley. Kendrick Lamar.
My man Ernie.
Express teammates, if you will. I gotta be up front. No, you don't have to be. This is about Kawhi Leonard saying. This is a good line. Russell Westbrook was 17 in the first half tonight. 6 out of 9 for Russ. And this after a game in which he struggled from the floor at 3 for 19. Let's start right there, Shaq. Any recollections of times where you had a subpar game scoring-wise and then came into another?
So for anyone that is listening in or will follow along late, I'm just going to give a little bit of the notes and just typing some of that stuff in as we go into break. So it was a 13-point lead for the Clippers. That vanished. Kawhi Leonard ends the half, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Russell Westbrook, 6'9", shooting 17 points. Kevin Durant and Booker toward the end of that, the last probably about 4.5 minutes. Durant goes 7 of 13 for the quarter, got 16 points, 5 boards. Booker able to get down the lane, hit a 3, do an and 1, finished 3 at the end of it. to tie the game on that side of it. So we are tied at 59. Deandre Ayton was the one that had the pulse for the Suns a little bit. He had Torrey Craig with 3 3-pointers, but that was it. It started with Gordon with a couple threes. Eric Gordon on that side. Terance Mann had a quick 6, and the defense from the Clippers was a big problem on that end. But the Suns were able to respond, and now we're going to see what happens in this second half. Again, a 13-point lead to build advantage like that. I understand it's basketball. But now the Stars are starting to play like stars, and we'll see what ends up happening with it.
It's interesting, man. We forget how great he is. He got 16 points in 6 years.
I'm going to go ahead while we're in the middle of the intermission. I just want to take a look on the side of it. It's an opportunity here. I'm just going to go ahead and check out the end of this 3 minutes because I know that we have some time in our intermission. I see that the Kraken and the Avalanche are tied at 1. At least the back-end hockey games are going to be really good. It looks like the back-end basketball game might fit the bill. The openers in between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Toronto Maple Leafs, that was downright ugly. So I'm going to check out the last 2.5 minutes here of the second period of the Winnipeg Jets and the Golden Knights. I took the Winnipeg Jets to actually win this one in 6. I think with some of the goaltending stuff. I understand Lawrence Waswalk can be really good. That's who they started with. And the Vegas Golden Knights used their LTIR money on Mark Stone. And we're able to get him back. It's kind of like the Nikita Kucherov situation a couple of years ago there for Tampa. They give Vegas the best that they can in the gold mustard yellow type jerseys. They can't hold it in. So I'm going to give you a quick scoring reset. But hold on. Pionk off the 2-on-1, sauced out of the air, and Boissois tried to take a look at it, and this goes just wide. And now Vegas will get a chance to recollect. They got this on the power play now. They're now 2-1 with 1:35 to go in the second period. So I just want to go ahead and take a look at the stats and what got ugly. And I'll give you a scoring update with minute 20 here. We'll flip back over to our featured game. So the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Toronto Maple Leafs, you knew that they were going to meet up again on that side of it. It was just going to happen because the Boston Bruins, they've had this historic type of game. And I talked up Elias Samsonov a little bit because he's been really good all year. He's been one of the best goaltenders alongside of it. And he's been really good at home. Well, he got shelled today. He stopped 23-20 and gave up 6. And Joseph Woll had to finish the third period. They only had 5 shots to Tampa in the third, but wasn't good enough because they were down 3-0 after 1 to the Lightning. It was Pierre-Edouard Bellemare, Anthony Cirelli, and Nikita Kucherov. Nikita Kucherov scores 4 seconds left to go in the first period to give the Lightning a 3-goal lead. But the Maple Leafs, they'd fight back temporarily. They kind of closed down a little bit in that second period. It allowed Ryan O'Reilly and William Nylander to score on the power play, made it 3-2. You thought maybe Toronto would make a game out of it? Nope. Michael Bunting gets a match penalty. He's kicked out of the game. Braden Point, Corey Perry, point again. Ross Colton make it 7-2. 4 consecutive goals for the Lightning before Kelly Onkrok finished it off at 8:06. It was 7-3, but a complete and utter destruction. And Vasilevsky, a 903 save percentage, a little bit low his numbers. That goal doesn't count that I just saw. That's at the end of the line. It was 28-31 as now we get some pushing and shoving here between Winnipeg and Vegas. We might get a full line scale brawl. There's Connor now with Mark Stone. You don't want to see those two guys fighting. These are 2 guys that need to be able to score some goals. I was thinking about doing this game too on that side of it. This might wait till Thursday, but we will see if Cooper Hopkins is available. We might cover game 2 of the Rangers and Devils. I did text him. I'm going to have an off day tomorrow nonetheless. Wow, that puck bounced off of a Golden Knight and went across the line. Did this go at the end of the time? Yes, it did. The time had already well expired. Let me give you a quick reset on the other end, and then I'll be back from the commercial break. So it's a 1-1 at the end of one for Seattle and Colorado. Ellie Tolvanen, he got the unassisted goal to Mikko Rantanen. What else is new on that side from Nathan McKinnon and Bo Environment? 12:35. Gergiev stopped 12 out of 13, and Philip Grubauer stopped 8 out of 9 as he's going up against his former team. And this was a humongous win for the Rangers and over the Devils. And as Alec Nava told me, he expects both teams to do very well on the road, as both teams do. I think with as much as I'd like to see this series get extended between the Rangers and the Devils, I think there's going to be too much in the way of experience. I potentially said that I locked this in. I think the Rangers can win in 5. I think they're going to win the series nonetheless. At worst, it'd be 6. I took 5 on that. So too much experience. And for everything that New Jersey is good at, and even better at than New York at, it's only marginally better. New York can do all of the same things. So what did the goals look like? It opened with a 3-0 lead all the way into the third period. So it was Vlad Tarasenko, Chris Kreider, the goals in the first and second. Then Ryan Lindgren, the defenseman, he's back for the Rangers from Adam Fox and Filipino. Chris Kreider made it a 4-0 game as he got his second on the power play from Adam Fox and Patrick Kane. Jack Hughes scored on a penalty shot, and then Hedl finished it off in the empty net. Vitek Vanacek stopped 18 of 22. Is there going to be a goaltending controversy? You're going to go to Akira Schmid. We'll see what that is. I don't know if you're going to go to Mackenzie Blackwood, but maybe Schmid. He's been excellent. And Igor Shesterkin, his usual dominant self. Again, he wasn't the same guy in the regular season, although he was still very good. This time, 27 on 20 for a .964 save percentage. And the Rangers put up 5. In the middle of the game right now, where we look at the commercial break, and it's the Winnipeg Jets. They're up 2-1. They open the scoring. Kyle Connor, the Michigan man from Pierre-Luc Dubois and Josh Morrissey. And then Dubois from Wheeler made it 2-0 Jets. 2:30 into the contest in the second period. So no goals in the first. 2:30 into the second period. It was 2 quick goals for the Jets before William Karlsson answered late at 15:49 from Mike Barbashev and Jonathan Marchessault. Lorpo Swap stopped 19 of 21, and Connor Hellebuyck 14 of 15. I'm going to flip back over to our media coverage and take a quick bathroom break, and we'll be right back. Seattle has just scored again. Let's take a look at that real quick, because I have to. So the Seattle Kraken have just scored again. Alex Wenberg, 1:20 to go in the second. It's a 14-9 advantage on the shot board. And I think Mr. Cooper Hopkins is going to get a little excited, but it looks like Lars Eller might have got hit in the mouth. We'll see if Seattle goes to the box. It's going to be a high sticking call.
Yeah, so poppable. A ridiculously creamy, snackable ice cream experience with only 35 calories each because it's made with Greek yogurt. So,
I'll be right back, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed little resets across the globe. I'll be right back here to cover the second half.
I just got an online offer on my car. It's 100% real and good for 7 days.
Cool.
It's probably because I just won my 4th championship.
Steph, you know I want 4 rings too.
Oh, look, just got my offer. Feeling really good about this one.
Well, I'm getting an online offer on my car too. Just got to hit get started with my finger that has 2 college national championship rings.
Well played, Sue. Played.
Filing a citizen return for free with TurboTax?
Feels pretty good.
See if you qualify at TurboTax.com.
Bucks tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. The NBA playoffs presented by Total Pixel with first round coverage on NBA TV presented by AT&T 5G.
Oh, it's about to get hot in here.
Are
you ready to see your picture of her?
NBA League Pass. Subscribe today and watch more. to his team right before the halftime break. We are tied at 59 as Devin Booker hits a three right at the end of the half to tie it up. And Stan, you start to look at how this game's starting to develop when you have your eyes on right now for the second half.
Well, I do think the Suns are starting to get together. The Clippers are going to have to pick up their defense on the way. Kawhi Leonard, you cannot let him just do all this. We talked about it. One-on-one, able to hit the three, hit the four, creating for other people. The guys doing it all. They got to try to limit it here in the second half.
Kawhi Leonard and Kevin Durant. What a matchup. More on that. Here's Chris Haynes.
Yes, I asked Coach Williams something just momentarily. I asked him about his rotation. He used 10 guys in the first half. He said he's going to shorten it up in the second half. It's going to be situational.
So let's get into it now. We are in a tie game as we start the second half. It's 59-59. It was a serious run for the Phoenix Suns to be able to get this back into it. It was a 13-point lead for the Clippers that was absolutely erased in behind the efforts of Durant and Booker in the back end of about a 4-minute stretch. So now this is Durant trying to get around the defense there of Nick Batum, and he draws the foul. Had his hands up in the air, but Durant able to gain the entry up the pivot. So it's 11 for 12 for the Clippers at the free throw line. The Suns are 6 for 6, and that is one of the reasons why the Clippers are still holding on to a tie game. But again, that run toward the end of it completely ended. It was a 13-point lead. Now Devin Booker gains the floater, and now a 13-point lead for the Clippers becomes a 2-point lead for the Suns with 11-15 left to go in the third. That's Westbrook now toward the right wing side with Ivica Zubac, and Zubac now for Leonard toward the right wing side. He missed it off the front of the rim, and KD skines and clears up the mess. It was a good box out by the host of the Suns to allow the KD to pick this one up. Chris Paul will pivot, give it back to number 35, gets a screen from Ayton. And now Kevin Durant bounced past Ayton. He missed it. This one leaning, gets some rebound back. Chris Paul thought about the three against Batum. He's got the space. Now hold, be patient. Step back. Take a tough leaning fadeaway. And CP3. It's a 17-3 run for the Phoenix Suns right now. They're up 63-59. Kawhi Leonard. Screen from Ivica Zubac. Now Devin Booker again. Kawhi's getting the space, has to pick up the dribble, falls down, and he fell hard on that elbow. Now everybody I know doesn't feel good on that side, but he pops back up. But again, it's a 17-3-1 for Phoenix against the Clippers right now, and that is the main reason why the Clippers have saw the 13-point lead vanish. They've got to find a way to lock back in on defense and stop the efforts of Durant and Booker. That's been really carrying them on that side. And there's a lazy pass. Booker's all by his lonesome and finishes off the slam. 65-59, and Ty Lue has got to take a timeout. It's a 19-3 run that's really been extended over the last 6 minutes of this game, ending the second quarter and bleeding into the third. Come right back.
The same game parlays on FanDuel, you can bet on how your favorite player will do. Combine bets on points, touchdowns, assists, and more. I wish fans could have bet on my favorite player, Young Chuck. Hey, look at this place. We in there? Yep. How old are we now? Are we still got? New customers bet 5 and get 150 in bonus bets guaranteed. FanDuel, official partner of the NBA.
You've earned this, so hold it high. Your fans at the ground. You need it. Reflect. Because you know saving time is never as important as cherishing it. You are fighting. This is your reward. Develop the market of fight.
Who got that? Okay, I see you, Ace. I see you, Ace.
Okay, I see you too. Huh?
More is good at church. Woo! How y'all feel? Y'all good?
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than this.
We need clutch hit. There to you. Hang in there, rookie.
Yeah, even easier than that. With no visa minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Now that you've moved back home,
I have a resume here.
your mom has made it her job to find you a job. Any job.
This is Kyle's resume. I'm going to give you his resume.
You need something more related to your skills and interests.
I need Indeed.
Indeed, you do.
When your resume is on Indeed, you get matched with relevant jobs that fit your requirements.
Where do you get your persistence from?
So everyone else can go back to minding their own business.
Ooh, nuggets. So tender. Does he not dip his nuggets in sauce?
This don't even need sauce.
That's crazy.
Bad news, Kentucky Fried Chicken Nuggets. You've never had nuggets like these. That's figure looking good.
Hey, Fritz, did you know Auto Trader lets me shop for cars by monthly payment? So I know what I'll pay before I buy. Is that a refrigerator joke?
Huge.
All right, just stick to making ice. I didn't mean right now.
Should I play that again?
You're watching the NBA playoffs on TNT. First round coverage presented by Nerd Wallet. Players with their own credentials. The guys that have been together. Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, even Monty Williams. Remember, they're all together. Like the Oklahoma City Thunder, they're into it in a big way. Now, playoff series.
So when you're looking at this matchup right now, it's 17 points for Westbrook, 16 for Durant. The Clippers had a 13-point lead, but now it's 65-59. This run has really stepped into the part of the end of the second quarter, into the third. It's a 19-2 run right now for the Phoenix Suns, as it's Westbrook. He'll make this pass here for Kawhi Leonard at the top of the key. He's got Devin Booker on. The Clippers really need points. And Leonard, that is a tough basket, but he makes it anyway. He was bodied in between four different Suns, and he knocked down a tough floater with one hand. So Leonard makes it 65-61. The Suns are still out in front. It's Devin Booker now, right to left with Chris Paul at the right wing. 5 seconds to go on the shot clock, and a foul is going to be picked up against, I believe, the Phoenix Suns. Durant was kind of wondering what was happening. They're showing the floater there from Kawhi Leonard. That was all over Booker, Craig, and Ayton. But this will stay. I think it's picked up against Batum. They're saying it's from Ian Anderson on that side. As this is Devin Booker off the step back of Ivica Zubac. Long range three and bottoms for D-Book. 68-61, and the lead is starting to expand for Phoenix. 20 points, 7 points this quarter already. Quarter kind of just started. 9:15 left to go in it in the third. Russell Westbrook, now Gordon thought about the long-range top-of-key three from about 35 feet. Now Batum will take it from the right wing. They need the answer of Ivica Zubac. Nice rebound. He gets ripped. Russell Westbrook on the floor. What are they going to call? Are they calling a jump ball? That's probably what they should. With 9:03 left to go in the third, jump ball is indeed what it is. And this is a 68-61 lead now for the Phoenix Suns. Again, it was 13 points the other way for the Clippers, but they've just not been able to stop the Suns ever since the last, I think, 4 minutes of the second, all the way into that when they kept trading baskets. The Suns just never stopped making baskets, and the Clippers did. So it's Russell Westbrook against Chris Paul on the jump ball matchup. The athleticism is going to favor one side. And Westbrook gets the tip on that, so he gives it to Gordon. It's Kawhi Leonard. Shot clock down to 5. Got on the right wing, trying to back down. He needs some help. Westbrook, extra pass, Batum all alone, and he missed the easy one. That was a good extra pass there for Westbrook. He knew about the range on that side, but even the way Russ been shooting it, probably can have him take it. He's been making it. Torrey Craig, another three. He's trying to go 5 for 6, and you bet. Torrey Craig, he's had another excellent game. And now the Suns up by 10. So this has been a hell of a swing. This has been a 23-point swing. Russell Westbrook, he's going to try to get around Booker, goes to the lane, draws the foul, and they'll go to the line to shoot two. And that is what you need. I think somebody lost a shoe, and somebody went flying in the camera well. into the part of the TNT side. John on here with you. For the play-by-play, we're watching this one, the NBA on TNT, doing a basketball nightcap, a little rare one in between some of the hockey playoff stuff. If Nick Edwards does join in, we'll get him in. If not, it's going to be an off day for me Wednesday. I'll probably be joined by Cooper Hopkins on Thursday, as we'll take in a hockey assignment. Whether that will be the New York Rangers, New Jersey Devils, Seattle Kraken, and Colorado Avalanche, we'll figure that out. And off the front of the rim and in for Russell Westbrook. So I know there was some points where Russ was missing some free throws, but he kind of seems like he's got his release and everything also timed back down. And now the Clippers are going to need to be able to continue to add points. So Russ now, chance for another free throw opportunity, makes it 71-63. 8:15 left to go in this third quarter. The Clippers need to try to get back into this, and the Suns, they just continue out of their offense. KD fall away off glass, and he knocks that down from 8 feet. He wanted a foul call, but Suns lead is up by 10. Russell Westbrook now right wing side. As Kawhi Leonard gets the push off against Chris Paul, he's got a good mismatch here. Off the step back, but he lost his dribble. Here's Russell Westbrook. Now he gets the screen as it's set up there. KD trying to pick him up. Kawhi Leonard. Mismatch now against Paul. He's fading away. He tries to make something happen, and this can't be saved by Batum, but this will stay with the Clippers. Loose ball fall going to be called against, I believe, Devin Booker. And as everybody looking up to the score, Tyronn, Deandre Ayton doing the same thing as well alongside with Booker. But 7:47 left to go in the third with Phoenix up by 10. It's going to be Clips ball. So this is Western Conference quarterfinal game number 2. The Clippers have already done their job, able to split one on the road, but they really wanted a chance to get another one here. But the Suns are making it difficult. And Kawhi Leonard able to sidestep Deandre Ayton, and he'll draw the foul. So the fourth foul against Deandre Ayton. Kawhi Leonard said, you know what? You've been dominating the mid-range. Then I'm going to go right at you, try to draw the foul. He sidestepped that right there and almost tripped Kawhi. Kawhi Leonard so silky, being able to try to get to that contact. As Monty Williams doesn't like it, and I hear Deandre Ayton have a couple curse words on there. He gets set check down here, and Bismack Biyombo will come in. 12 points and 4 fouls for Ayton. He's been really good from the mid-range, but that's all he's been able to do here. And that's all that the Clippers have been giving up. And that worked here for about almost 2 quarters, all the way up to the back end of 36 minutes. And then this run that the Suns have been on, Eric Gordon, they need all 3 of these, and they get it off the front of their window. So 73-66, Eric Gordon, the man out of Indiana, he's been doing this for a long time. And now the Clippers are trying to get ever closer here. And we'll see if the Suns on their end, they get a 3, they get it back within 10. It's at 7 right now. So Devin Booker got Kawhi Leonard in his face. He's got it at the Suns logo. Booker wants the signal of where he wants KD. He's got to get started. Now a nice dribble between the legs, but it's picked off by the Clips. There's that defense. We haven't seen that in the first half, into the second. And now Russell Westbrook. He goes all the way down the lane, and Zubac had it taken away from him. Batum tries to draw the charge, and a traveling violation of the Clips. That's what they want. That's what Batum wants against Durant. He's not going to get that. Durant said, what are you guys doing? He wants it in the knees on the other end. Ty Lue wants the charge, but he's not going to get it. Russell Westbrook down the lane trying to get the contact against Booker, and Zubac. It was a good closeout by Paul to help Bismack Biyombo end up clean up the pumpkin. And now Durant with the step through baseline. He gets cut off. Doesn't matter anyway. Even with Kawhi Leonard and Batum in his face, he knocks down the fadeaway from 12 feet. Kevin Durant really starting to heat up here. He was pretty cold in that first quarter, but not anymore. So Russell Westbrook at the top of the key. He's got Bismack Biyombo on him. See if he takes advantage of that mismatch. Steps into the mid-range, maybe not. But Zubac will power past Durant, and he'll hook and hit from 8. 75-68 with 6:15 left to go in the third. John here with you on the play-by-play from the Footprint Center. This is game 2. Chris Paul fading away from the mid-range. And I understand they said the mid-range isn't a high percentage game, but the LA Clippers are giving this up, and Phoenix Suns are content to take it. This is some old school basketball, and I like it. For everything that I liked with the Clippers in the first half, I'm liking it from the Suns now. Wow, what a long 3 from Eric Gordon as he hits it from 37. And Eric Gordon now has 12 points, 4 of 8 from distance and 4 of 10 shooting. Devin Booker slowly across the timeline. 77-71 is the score. Now toward the baseline. We'll just lay it right in over glass. Nobody wanted to pick him up. Eric Gordon thought he'd get a contest. Chris Paul trying to get a quick steal. And now here's Russell Westbrook to the right wing side. He's got the space, puts the dribble down, gets the switch on Bismack Biyombo. Steps out. It's Zubac against Booker. Where's the double team going to come? And Zubac traveled with it. He had a chance to finish, but he took up his pivot foot. It's a turnover against the Clips. And the Suns can get a chance to get this back to 10 if they can get any sort of basket in any variety. Again, the Clippers already have a 1-0 advantage in this quarterfinal game 2. John Hunter within the call, but still, from the way that they started, you would have loved to have been able to take both games, but it just doesn't seem that way right now. If you can't turn the Suns' offense off, as this pass gets intercepted. Russell Westbrook down the lane. That's the easiest dunk he'll ever get in his career. 79-73 off the steal. And the Clippers back within 6. Chris Paul now across the Suns logo. Again, they're in the all-black jerseys with the mix of orange and yellow on the pants, and the Clippers are in the all-white with the blue and red on the pants side. So it's picked up by Durant. Full spin. Chris Paul fake it in the mid-range. Now Craig going to shoot another one from 3. He's been very hot. This one is all the way across the back from the top, and it falls down, so we're not going to need the ladder. I know there's a lot of tall NBA players out there. But it was a careless turnover there, driven by Bismack Biyombo. Russell Westbrook off to the races, gets an easy 2. And now the Clippers get a chance to cut into this 6-point deficit. They were down by as much as 12 on that side. Clippers were up by as much as 13. So Norman Powell, he checks in, blows right by Torrey Craig, and then he makes it over Durant. 79-75. Clippers back within 4. Chris Paul got Zubac, fall away from 10, missed it off the front of the rim. Chris Paul tried to save it, and Zubac will clean it up. He'll hold off that post up. And now looking for Kawhi. This will slowly go left to right. 4:05 left to go in this third. Kawhi Leonard off the back down. Set up here for Gordon. No hesitation again from long distance. Long outstretched pass. It's Gordon against Durant to see if they get a quick post up, but no, they're going to go right for Devin Booker down the lane. Drive and kick as Booker gets this before he goes sideline out of bounds. It's Kawhi Leonard. Booker trying to turn on the Jets. Another pass. Craig all day to fire. Hits it again. 6 of 8 from distance. Torrey Craig, he's been all alone. It's the Torrey Craig experience. And on the other end, I know Deandre Ayton's got 4 fouls, but they're giving up shots for 2 players. It's Craig and Deandre Ayton. Westbrook extra pass. Norman Powell. He tries to answer Ivica Zubac. And the foul's called against the Suns. It's not against Biyombo. So Torrey Craig, it was great ball movement. It was Durant, left wing side for Booker. He tries to speed through Leonard, and nobody on earth wanted to pick up Torrey Craig. And he just loves to get these open shots. Again, those are practice warm-up jumpers, even for somebody like him on that side. 82-75, Bismack picks up the foul, and Zubac will throw this in pretty hard, but this will go on the rim and go in. 82-76 as the Clippers try to get back within 5. The start of the game spread was at 8. It's a timeout. It's currently at 7.5. It's going to be one more free throw for Zubac when return. 3:25 left to go in this third timeout on Williams.
Where does your money go? Send a wire transfer. Does it have a layover in Reno? Stop off in Saskatchewan? How is this system so slow? Can anyone explain why we put up with this? Shouldn't someone build something better?
If new Heineken Silver was a freaking Viking saga.
Wingstop has 12 flavors of chicken sandwich. In my day, we had 1 flavor, chicken. Now they have a garlic parmesan, a mango habanero, and a
at Wingstop.
The Hyundai Tucson comes with America's best warranty. It's like a mental vacation from work that no other brand offers. Free from Oreo, ski trips. At the beach, don't get too sandy. Or way out in Florida. Take a mental vacation or a vacation in a Hyundai Tucson and leave those worries behind. The Hyundai Tucson with America's best warranty.
Don't waste your tax-free phone on something silly. Spend smarter with Straight Talk. Get our $45 silver unlimited plan with unlimited high-speed data and a Samsung A13 5G now for only $99.88. All of America's most reliable 5G network. Straight Talk Wireless. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com.
Yeah, with these moments, like one time
We're a top-secret organisation dedicated to undoing mass extinction events. That will never make time go backwards. How would you like to come and save the world with us?
The Lazarus Project premieres June 4th on TNT.
Torrey Craig taking advantage of the attention that the Phoenix Stars draw. Devin Booker twice in a row. Threes and a third one. Right there, you want to bring high on the Stars. Guys like Torrey Craig have to step up and knock down shots. Undrafted player out of SC Upstate. He's 32 now. In his 6th year, been a grinder, overachiever. His career in the playoffs, he only averaged just shy of 5 points a game. 22 in game 1. He's got 15 here tonight with 5 made threes.
So Ivica Zubac still got one more since we come back from break. He cans them both. And now the Clippers are getting closer again. They're back within 5. Deandre still sitting on the bench with 4 fouls. Devin Booker and the Suns have an 82-77 lead. It's Kevin Durant going baseline off with a scoop, and he draws the foul. He almost actually knocked that one down, but the Phoenix Suns will go to the line to shoot 2. 3:12 left to go in this third. It's been a tale, really, not of 2 halves, but of the back end of the first where the Suns are able to just kind of explode. Clippers went a little silent, and ever since the Suns have just found their offense. It's carried all the way through. Durant had a nice cold first quarter, and now he's really starting to heat up. He's going to get points probably 21 and 22. Does not miss chances from the line until you get the announcer jinx. He's got one more coming. So I'm going to make this an 83-77 lead, most likely is. This will be an opportunity for Plumlee to get a chance to check in here for Zubac. And Plumlee was decent in his bench points in the sense of bench points and rebounds. It's exactly what you expect from somebody like him, and that's what he's going to be able to provide. So Durant gets a chance to return at the line, claps his hands, and makes it 83-77 as the Suns now up by 6. Kawhi Leonard will get some time to take this across the timeline. Torrey Craig is in his face. Got to like that mismatch. I think they're going to probably tell Plumlee to back off on this side unless the double shows. That's indeed what they do. Russell Westbrook right on the side. Durant giving him the space. And now he gets to switch on Biyombo. And then a block by Bismack. That's the Congo defense right there. And this is picked up now by KD. KD, right wing side, stepping into it. And he missed it off the front of the rim. Kawhi Leonard can't save it. And this will stay with the Suns. 2:42 left to go. And he just got a fingertip on it before it went on the way down. Beautiful defense by Bismack. He's been doing this for a long time. Again, he never turned out to be the high-pick potential that he ever was, but he always had the defense. He can still get you about a block and a half per game consistently. And he plays like an undersized power forward. It's going to be Terance Mann in for Russell Westbrook. We'll get a chance to sit down for a little bit. Russell Westbrook's had a great game, honestly, though. As this is sent back around for Booker. He'll fade from 18, and you bet. Knocks it one down, nothing but net. 85-77. The Suns now up by 8. Booker's got 11 in this quarter for 24. Bones. As of now, the right wing side thought about the 3 against Bismack, and now it's a chance for Mann. As it's flipped out for Nolan Paul. A lot of bench units there. Bones Hyland, long distance 3. He was open, and this last goes off of Plumlee. No, actually it doesn't. It goes off Landry Shaman. I thought it went off of Plumlee, but this will stay with the Clippers. 85-77 with 2:16 in the third. John here with you on the play-by-play. I thought I was going to be joined by Nick Edwards, but nonetheless, tomorrow's going to be an off day for me. Probably Cooper Hopkins. We'll figure out our assignment between the Devils and the Rangers or the Kraken and the Avalanche. We'll have to watch that once this is done. As it's flipped back around by Leonard. Nice kiss off the hook from 10 feet. Knocks it down. 85-79 as the claw is always under control. That's what Ian Anderson's saying, and I agree. 20 points, 8 of 15 with 5 rebounds, with 6 assists as well. Devin Booker now gets doubled. The show and go from Terance Mann. Devin Booker doesn't care. Knocks it down from mid-range from 12. He had 3 players in his face. And now racing down the timeline is Bones. This is against Bismack. He thought about the step back. Now a jab step. And here's a sweet pump fake. And that partially got deflected by Durant. That's going to push Bones to the floor. But that will take him to the line to shoot 2. I know Durant's not going to like it, but he did get a piece of Sean Allen there. And we'll go to the line to shoot 2. I know the KG backup point guard usually for the Denver Nuggets. He gets a chance to bring something, and now with Reggie Jackson. I don't know if he's still with the Clippers anymore, but he just got injured. But Bones, he's going to kind of play that role, and that's what he's doing right now. He's going to need to be able to get a couple of these. Kind of a undercut a piece of the leg more than the hand. As Hyland gets the chance to make both free throws and get the Clippers back within 6. They're trying to hover a little bit. The Suns had about a 12-point lead. The Clippers have been up by as much as 13. As Bismack Biyombo played about 3 minutes there on that little reach, but had a couple blocks, played pretty good defense. You get the minutes that you can. So Bones with another one, and Shaw makes it. It's 87-81. 6-point game again with 1:25 left to go in the third. Booker with the offhand, and I'm surprised he didn't get a call against him as he was just pushing Terance Mann out the way, but I think Terance Mann's going to get this one, and this will be an opportunity. As this is picked up against the Clippers, if that's Kawhi Leonard, I'd be very surprised. But nonetheless, Devin Booker going to go to one, shoot 2, try to make this an 89-81 game. Devin Booker is more of a volume shooter. We know what he is, but when he was 19 years old, I think he had a 65, 67-point game. Everything else that he's been known for. But on the side in between the Warriors and Phoenix, the only thing he's kind of known for is yapping a little bit alongside of scoring all those points. We know how good of a scorer he can be, but Klay Thompson likes to say it's a lot easier to talk when you win. So there's always talk on that side, especially in the NBA. There's a lot of trash talk. Not that there ever isn't in any other sports. Terance Mann at the drive, and that was a great move, as it's 85-83 now, and the Clippers are back within 6. So Devin Booker, he's going to get a chance to run some backup point here, gets a show and go from Landry Shamet, but I guess he wants the ISO here against Mann. And here's the show for Bones off the double. They're going to force to give the ball to Landry Shamet. That's not a good take, but this will fall to Kawhi Leonard. Kevin Durant can't get there. Now Kawhi put his head down, and he drew the foul on Josh Okogie. Very sly there for the claw, but he knew he got it done right away. And now they show Bob McAdoo, 50 points for the Buffalo Braves, is the most points in Clippers playoff history. That was today, April 18th, 1975, when you're looking at that grainy color footage. I think all the kids and everything else are spoiled with HD again. That's 12 years even before my time. I was 75. I was born in 87. But even then, I didn't have HD and time to be able to stream all this stuff, to be able to give to you. I wish I could show it on the YouTube side, but everything will be demonetized. I think it'll just be a broadcast for one today. But it won't be on the other when we get back into the hockey matchups. I guarantee that. I think that's what everybody kind of knows me for at this whole. Sometimes you get pigeonholed a little bit, but still like to cover baseball, basketball, hockey, all the college affiliate stuff. I just happen to cover an NBA quarterfinals game today. Kawhi Leonard makes both. 49 seconds left to go in the third. It's back to a 4-point game. This one's been pretty good all the way across the board, all things considered. So if we're going to pick up a match for do, at least we're going to make it a good one. Devin Booker now. Mismatch against Plumlee, and a good closeout by Powell. As Booker steps right into it, and he knocks down the 3. And that was a late contest by Kawhi, but it was late. Indeed, a little too late. And now, Mann, 31 points for Booker, 18 in this quarter. I always say volume should be very efficient in this game. Bones with the step through, blows right by CP3, and he makes the two. It's now 92-87. I have to make sure I put in his notes that Devin Booker really starting to percolate here as the Suns holding on to a 5-point lead. They got the final shot, as this will be Booker. A chance to bring it up. He hit a buzzer beater. Den 2. Can he hit a buzzer beater? Den 3. Shot clock down to 5. Get the switch on against Bones. Here's the Hezzy. Get down the lane. He got blocked. But this will be Clippers basketball. Good defense there by Nishan. It's 0.8 seconds left in the third. Don't know if there's time. Here's the baseball pass from Plumlee. Catch and out of bounds with 0.3, so that will at least kill some time. And that should effectively kill the rest of this third quarter. But the Suns will be enjoying a 5-point lead. When we get in the fourth, we will see if they can hold it, or we will see if the Clippers can take a 2-0 series advantage. So come back with me. With the start of the fourth quarter, the Suns up 92-87.
See the game to get the sounds out. You see the masterpiece in every move. Innocent, never stop, never settle.
Starting a new chapter can be the most thrilling thing in the world. There's an abundance of reasons to get started. How far we take an idea is a question of willpower. Because progress is a matter of character.
Well, this is me.
It's still early. You want maybe?
With the Wells Fargo Active Cash Card, you earn 2% cash back on what you want, like coffee, ping pong, a movie, karaoke, and 2% cash back on what you need.
No. Just my shoes.
Like maybe ones without laces.
Just my shoe pumps.
The Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. That's real life ready.
Take it to Max.
I knew a girl once from Madison. We used to summer together at my father's cabin out by the lake. We would picnic together. Oh. Here's your ticket. Train's pulling in.
Suns lead it as we head into the fourth quarter. And Devin Booker coach on an impressive third quarter. Yeah, 18 points on 7 for 8. Scored last night on defense. Also, he's got 31 in the game. To go Chris with the Suns head coach. Suns head coach Monty Williams. Coach, start off slow again. What was adjustments were made to get the turn the tide around?
I'm not quite sure there was any adjustments. We just put them on the free throw line and they were getting second chance points. We got to make sure we box out. We got to defend without fouling.
You know they're going to go to Kawhi, Leonard, heavy in that fourth quarter.
Well, we got to try to keep him from getting the ball. Show him bodies, and then we may have to.
So it comes down to this in the fourth quarter now. It could be a 2-0 lead for the Clippers in the series, but Devin Booker is trying to have something to say about that with 31 points now. A tough contested mid-range, and this goes off Josh Okogie. So this will allow the Clippers essentially to have the first possession here to score. As Bones Hyland gets sent to check back in, and they'll bring this across the timeline there with Westbrook. He's still going to split the time in the backcourt. So Westbrook now for Zubac and Plumlee as this almost gets turned over. And now Hyland on the right wing side, shot clock down to 8, trying to work his way baseline. Now almost falls out of bounds and throws a pass. I don't even know what he was trying to do. You might as well take a contested shot. Now Durant, Bismack Biyombo, missed the easy one, gets another look at it and puts it in. He got 2 rebounds in that same shot. Second opportunity, he hooked it. Deandre Ayton with 4 fouls. He continues to sit down. That's very curious on my end. But the Phoenix Suns have a 7-point lead, 94-87, with a Bismack Biyombo's second opportunity. Norman Powell walking into a mid-range chance, but he missed it. That was a good-looking move. Josh Okogie cleans up the pumpkin, and now here comes Kevin Durant right to left. He'll get the screen there for Mann as he got sandwiched, and now Devin Booker's got up the Suns logo against Russell Westbrook. He hasn't even started his dribble yet. This is down 8. He gets the screen from Biyombo down the lane, and that's a great play by Westbrook as he swats it right off, and it's 5 seconds left to go on the shot clock. He stayed right with Devin Booker, jumped it perfectly, and swatted it. He got all ball there, but this will still be 5 seconds left to go on the Suns' possession. 10:31 in the fourth quarter. John Under with you. It's the Western Conference quarterfinal, Game 2. The Clippers lead the series 1-0. Suns trying to at least split at home. Clippers, you've already done what you needed to do. Chris Paul, fade away from about 20, and they got it before the shot clock expired. Make it 96-87 as the Suns now up by 9. Russell Westbrook slowly across the timeline right to left as this is picked up by Norman Powell, and an off-ball screen will be called. This will be against the Phoenix Suns. So Chris Paul with the shot clock winding down just before 0.5 seconds puts this one in. And the Suns take a 96-87 lead. Again, they were down by as much as 13, and the Clippers had that rush. But from the last 4 minutes into the second quarter and the bleeding into the third, Suns offense have percolated. They haven't really stopped, and the Clippers haven't been able to really get stops. Russell Westbrook now to Hyland, wide open, top the key for 3, missed it all the way around the front of the rim and out. And this is skied and cleared by Bismack Biyombo. Paul now right to left. Getting around a screen there from Hyland to Biyombo. Paul will step back from 12. And now Chris Paul with back-to-back baskets. 98-87. And a timeout on the floor for Tyronn Lue. This one may be getting away from the Clippers, but we'll see what happens with 9:47 in the fourth.
You're doing TV wrong. You thought that other TV provider was good enough. Now what? You'll talk? You call us watching sports, Dan.
Right now, I think some of my upsets will all be working here in the NHL playoffs. I see the Winnipeg Jets take a 3-1 lead over the Vegas Golden Knights with 5:15 left to go in the third. And hopefully the way this stands, if this basketball game ends quick enough, we'll be able to look at Seattle and Colorado, maybe even the end, not probably the end of Winnipeg and Vegas, but Winnipeg Jets can take a 1-0 lead. I got the Rangers over the Devils. I had them in 5, but I have Tampa in 7, or Toronto in 7, excuse me. I had Tampa in 7 last year. I ended up getting that one right. I thought Toronto would do it now, but Michael Bunting getting the match penalty in Toronto just looked awful. But there are some injuries concerns with Victor Hedman, so we'll have to see where that will go.
I think you're going to be great there.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Lamita Feed is 101 years old this year and counting. I'm Bill Lockwood, current caretaker and owner. When COVID hit, we had some challenges like a lot of businesses did. I heard about the payroll tax refund that allowed us to keep the amount of people that we needed and the people that have been here taking care of us.
See if your business may qualify. Go to getrefunds.com.
We're done.
What about these?
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. One sheet of Bounty is all you need, and Bounty is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Pick a little potion.
And what if I get back in the old school car?
State Farm's here to help.
What if we get back in the old school shorts?
And insufferable teams, it's going to be one heck of a matchup, Jim.
And here's the opening count.
Even in all that fabric, the control is just incredible.
The good old days. At State Farm, we're there for you what ifs. Get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Sunday by 11. Don't forget you can watch hit shows like Up and Adams and Running Back with FanDuel TV Plus app. Available for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.
Well, watch this and Plumlee here. This is what we're talking about in drop coverage. He's back in the game. Chris Paul's trying space to knock down that long jump shot.
So 9:47 left to go in the fourth. The Suns up 98-87. Chris Paul with back-to-back baskets, and now it's Clipper ball. Russell Westbrook is going to pick it up here for Norman Powell. He'll go baseline. Here's a lob opportunity for Westbrook, and did it fall right out of his hands, or was it turned right over? Josh Okogie doesn't like it. I feel like there's going to be a foul called against the Suns. According to Okogie's reaction, I thought maybe, honestly, on the first look, that Russell Westbrook just couldn't pick up the basketball. But Powell, this was kind of a goofy-looking pass on this. I don't think there was any really lane for it. But Powell's the one that's actually go to the line. That's probably a bad call on that end. But Powell will make one, and he gets the Clippers back within 10. It's 98-88. If we're getting in danger of getting away from them, there's still time. But the Clippers now have got to be able to get stops. That's been the problem. Like ever since, again, as we talked about, the back 4 minutes of the first half and then all the way in for the rest of it, the Suns' offense has absolutely exploded. There's just no way of stopping it right now for the Clippers. And again, it didn't seem like it would ever get started the way the Clippers started this game. And now Chris Paul. To Devin Booker, he's got it at the Suns logo. 9:20 left to go in the fourth. Here's a long bomb pass. And Josh Okogie draws the foul. He can't finish, but he'll go to the line, shoot two with 9:21 left to go in the fourth. John Under with you on the play-by-play side. This is Western Conference quarterfinal matchup, game number 2 between the Suns and the Clippers. Again, the Clippers have already done their job. They split on the road. They will have home court advantage this way as long as they can hold it. But for the Suns, this is a much better bounce-back effort. Again, they only lost 115-110, but they've kind of been able to just stop the Clippers' offense for certain stretches. You did not see that in the first game, and that's what you want to think going forward that can favor them. So one more upcoming here for the former Minnesota Timberwolves and Josh Okogie, and he makes them both. So the Phoenix Suns, they've hit the century mark, and the first to get to it. It's 189 with 9:15 left to go in the fourth. Westbrook now quickly blows by Booker, can't finish the jam. He probably could have just laid it in. That was one of the few times Russell Westbrook's been mistaken this game. Durant the other way, and they draw the foul. So Russell Westbrook had an easy one. Maybe he was a little bit sweaty on the basketball side. He tried to slam it. It fell right out of his hand. He could have easily laid it in. A rare mistake there for Westbrook in this game. But as it is, Kevin Durant going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. And this is where Phoenix can essentially salt this away. 21 points on 3 or 4 from the line and make that 4-5. He's only got 6 rebounds and 3 assists, but Kevin Durant's really started to amp up that scoring right now. I think that Phoenix jersey looks pretty good on him on that side. You know why he's here. That's to win a title. Wants to destine the West. Most likely, again, we got a long way to go in between teams like the Sixers and the Bucks and the Celtics, but people are eyeing that Celtics Phoenix matchup in the finals. A lot of people picking. I think that's where I'm going as well. I'm actually going to go where the pundits go. The Kawhi Leonard will palm this basketball with one hand. It's going to be claw time. Severe double. Bones, right wing three. The Clippers need it. Russell Westbrook saves it with a putback and gets the and one. So he didn't get the opportunity off the dunk, and he probably could have laid it in. And that was a supremely difficult basket, but he fought. He made the play, and he got to the line, finished it, and he's going to get a chance for an and one opportunity as he beat Okogie, Durant, Bismack Biyombo, everybody at the basketball. Had 9 points on 3 of 19 shooting game one, and they won. 23 points and 8 of 15. Can he complete the and one? Yes, he can. He's been good at the line. Clippers back within 10. 102-92. 21 second chance points for the Clippers. So Paul to Durant. You got to think that Phoenix, again, you're not going to try to bar the door here, but get a good position and use that clock. And that's a good position there, Devin Booker, as he's all alone from 10. I mean, the Suns are just killing the Clippers from mid-range. Whoever says it's not a good shot anymore, don't tell that to the Suns. They've been automatic. Kawhi Leonard, here's a good mismatch, and that's a nice mid from Kawhi. He's really good at that. 104-94, as it's 8:10 left to go in the fourth. It's Paul George looks on. It is Chris Paul now. The right wing side is Durant trying to get around the screen. He got Norman Powell on his face, and now Eric Gordon. But a quick double team. Here's an opportunity. And it's Devin Booker with a blow-by, and it's Devin Booker again, this time from the right wing side. Same spot as far as the distance, from about 12 feet. Knocks it down yet again. 106-94. If the Suns do win this game, it was Ayton in the first half. It's been all Booker in the second half. Leonard. Cross-court pass from Westbrook, Mann. And now an opportunity. Norman Powell, that looked like to be way out of control. But maybe somebody grabbed onto his left arm. That's going to put the Clippers to the line. But Devin Booker, they're showing his range there from mid. And he's just getting right around the defense. Once he gets the spot, he shoots, and that's it. I mean, he gets there, he lets it go lightning quick, and finishes it right off. That's what you got to do. So 106-94. Clippers need both of these, and Powell gets the friendly kiss off the rim. Now it's 106-95. With 7:40 left to go in the fourth. The Winnipeg Jets now made it a 4-1 lead over Vegas. So Vegas goes down at the Fortress. The Jets have a 1-0 series lead. Again, I said Jets in 6 on that side. I went with the upset. We will see if that continues, because the goaltending with Connor Hellebuck, and you know everything else out there, that is going to be lock and key unless something happens and there's some injuries. 7:30 left to go as Powell makes both free throws. It's a 10-point game again. Devin Booker, Chris Paul from mid. He missed it off the front of the rim, and this is skied by Eric Gordon, the man on the Indiana Hoosiers. Spin move, Gordon, and I thought he almost lost it. Russell Westbrook, that was a careless pass. He had to pick it up and save it. Westbrook now trying to back down Chris Paul. Spin move, Russell falls down. This goes with Kawhi. He's got to fade away. That might have been partially blocked by Ayton, as the Clippers couldn't get all set up at what they wanted to do. And now Eric Gordon, here's a laser of a pass from Durant and Josh Okogie. It was all alone. 108-96, timeout for Tyronn Lue, and they're back up by 12 are the Suns. Come right back. We'll finish this game off.
Brett doesn't know that half. So why would we just give it away when we could still sell it? Because, well, bread doesn't go bad after a day. And while donating it may be a small act in this world, on this table, it will be big. Panera.
What was that? Basketball player today was a high stunt.
Do I?
Say,
waste your tax-free phone on something silly. Spend smarter with Straight Talk. Get our $45 Silver Unlimited plan with unlimited high-speed data and Samsung A13 5G now for only $99.88. All of America's most reliable 5G network. Straight Talk Wireless. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com.
The same game parlays on FanDuel, you can bet on how your favorite players will do. Combine bets on points, rebounds, assists, and more. I wish fans could bet on my favorite player. Young Chuck.
Hey, man. Hey, look at this place. We live there?
Yep.
How old are we now? Are we still young?
New customers bet 5 and get 150 in bonus bets guaranteed. FanDuel, official partner of the NBA.
Good.
At Ally, we're helping millions save more for the things that matter most to them. Whatever you're saving for, we're all better off with an Ally.
Get back to work.
3-1 lead now for Seattle over Colorado. I'm going to be Jones to watch that last part of this game as soon as this one gets done here. Full coverage of hopefulsportsguide.wordpress.com between Phoenix and the LA Clippers today. It'll be an off day tomorrow. I'll reconnect, I think, with Cooper Hopkins on Thursday. We'll probably take in the Seattle-Colorado game or the Rangers and the Devils, depending on whenever he's available for. There might be double coverage there for Alec Nava, but if that ends up happening, I'll have to apologize on that side. But it would be an opportunity for us to take in a broadcast. Alec Nava and I had a great time yesterday alongside Ian with the double overtime game in between the Wild and the Dallas Stars. We had a damn good opener. We knew that was going to be that way, and I'm glad that we ended up covering it.
Great time to watch. You got Heat and Bucks on NBA TV tomorrow. Lakers, Grizzlies, and the Wolves, and the Nuggets. Just check the NBA app for more on that. And for news around the playoffs with the Golden State Warriors, we check in with Chris Haynes. What do you have, Chris? Well, the Warriors.
So 6:45 left to go here in the fourth, and the Clippers are down by 12, but make that 10 as Russell Westbrook gets down to the lane and scores again. He's had a really good game, all things considered here. But the Suns, they've just not been able to stop scoring, especially in the second half, the back end of the first, last 4 minutes, and all the way through, as we've said. It's Paul here for Durant, as you want to continue to just bleed that clock and get good possessions. Chris Paul wide open for three. That would have been a good one, but he hesitates. This will go for Josh Okogie. He misses off the front of the rim, and a great sky by Russell Westbrook to get the rebound, and Chris Paul will pick up the foul. 6:14 left to go in the fourth. John Under within the call. 108-98 is the score. The Suns up by 10. They are trying to at least split the home part of this series at the Footprint Center. They take it 1-1 before they go to Crypto.com Arena. So Russell Westbrook walks the basketball up the court. You can do that without bleeding the time away. And Kawhi Leonard from mid-range. As the Clippers get to the century mark, they're not dead yet. 108-100. 5:55 left to go here in regulation. Clippers need stops more so than they need points at this matter. It is Eric Gordon against Kevin Durant, and drawing the foul is Gordon. I didn't really see where it was, but KD again. He is a masterclass at that end. And again, when you put Durant at the line, he just salts things away, and the clock will bleed out and stop, and you can't do anything about it. So are they going to actually give him a shooting foul or not? Doesn't look like it. So 5:49 left to go in this fourth. 108-100 Phoenix with the advantage. So this will be, instead of Chris Paul being the trigger man, it'll be Devin Booker. And I also see Deandre Ayton on the floor. He's able to sit a long time with 4 fouls. Where Brian Anderson is. Booker steps into a 3, and my goodness, Devin Booker has his switch stuck on all greens and he is a big reason why the Phoenix Suns have that lead. Every time they need a basket, they can go to him. At this point, he's hot. As Kawhi Leonard, he gets doubled, but the ball gets last touched by Booker, and this will stay with the Clippers. It's 111-100. So Booker will probe, and then he launched the three from the right wing side from about 30 feet, and he knocked it down. So 13 seconds to go on the shot clock. It's Zubac now for Gordon, getting the screen. Gordon down the lane off the hook, and this is picked up by CP3. And now CP can take his time slowly right to left. Again, the Phoenix Suns in the all black with the mix of the yellow and orange on the pants. As this is flipped back here for Durant. Cross-court pass, nicely intercepted there by Leonard. Leonard against Paul, and Paul is the one that picks up the foul. Two quick ones there for CP3 over the last 30 seconds. And the active hands and anticipation for Kawhi. He has been one of the NBA's best defenders for a long time. That's why you're going to have him in the NBA 75, a first ballot Hall of Famer in my book. You got a multiple-time championship, one with the Spurs and even one with the Toronto Raptors. They made that trade, and Masai Ujiri said, look, we're doing it because we know Kawhi can get us there. The ultimate gamble, and they knew the gamble was going to pay off because he's that damn good. Now he's going to go to the line trying to make 2 free throws to get the Clippers within 102-111. That's what the task is at hand with 5:09 left to go in this third. Russell Westbrook might get set to check back in the next stoppage. So the Claw's got one more free throw coming, and it's bottoms for him. 111-102. Devin Booker now will take this basketball up the timeline. 5 minutes remaining here in regulation. Nice pass to Durant all alone for 3. That could have been a kill shot. That's a missed assignment. Russell Westbrook down the lane. Extra pass for Powell. He'll scoop and hit it. He doesn't need to hit it off glass. 111-104. A good take on the other end, and Monty Williams just wants to make sure he'll take a timeout here as the Clippers within 7. We'll see if they can finish it off, the Suns, to get it to 1-1, where the Clippers got one last run in them. Find out. So Morgan Geeky scored the latest goal for the Kraken. It was Illy Tolvanen that started at 3:06, Mikko Rantanen at 12:35, and then one goal for Wennberg at 1:20. That was the only one, and then Morgan Geeky at 4:03. Alexander Gergiev 25 out of 28 for 893, and Philip Grubauer. Again, I talk about goaltending, and what does Seattle need? Well, Philip Grubauer 27 out of 28 for a 964. That is the answer. That is the exact answer that the Seattle Kraken need if they want to go ahead and take out the Colorado Avalanche. Not even just make it a series. You want to take them on, you got to be able to get goaltending. And that is a great answer from the former Av against his former team, 27 out of 28. If Seattle can do that consistently and still keep their scoring, as we talk about in the capsules that I did, then they have a great chance against the Avs. At least to take it to 6, maybe even win it. So 4:45 left to go in this fourth. It was Norman Powell who just kissed it off the glass, and it was a quick timeout for Monty Williams. Just want to make sure things don't get out of hand for Phoenix. They've done a pretty damn good job as far as getting this lead, and now they need to be able to stay with it. 4:40 left as Booker just gets this across the timeline against the Westbrook defense. 10 seconds. It's Durant with a fade, quick trigger, and you bet he was all alone from 12. As now the Suns up 113-104. Durant's got 25 points and 10 of 18 shooting. Booker and him have been excellent in this second half, especially. Russell Westbrook now wants to find it for Kawhi Leonard as Chris Paul knocks his head back, and that's a great look, an inside pass from the Claw. And this will be a foul that's picked up by the Suns, and Zubac should be going to the line to shoot 2. So beats the Zubac. He's got some good numbers in this game, but they're not quite the same as it is. It's 8 and 6 in 27 minutes. It's not the double-double threat that he was. Kawhi Leonard, 28 points on 10 of 18 with 7 assists and 3 steals. But at the end of the day, when you look at the box score, and the box score will tell you the story for once, as Zubac misses the first, Devin Booker 14-21 in 41 minutes, 38 points. Durant's played 41 minutes as well, the possible 48 at the moment. So 38 for Booker, 25 for Durant. Durant 10 of 18. Zubac needs this one. He missed both. And Deandre Ayton gets the rebound, able to get this away from the Kawhi Leonard defense. Booker quickly down the lane for Craig. Kisses it off the glass and in. 115-104. The Towels start to wave at the Footprint Center. They're trying to even this series at 1. Kawhi Leonard for 3. And that's a little bit of the silencer there for the top of the key. 115-107 for the Claw. 31 points and 11 and 19. What else is new? Another fantastic game for Kawhi. And even a really good one for Russell Westbrook. This time more efficient shooting. But the Clippers need stops. 3:25 left to go in this fourth. Step back, Booker, 3. Miss it off the front of the rim. Ayton with a second effort. This will allow the Suns to kill more time. Durant wide open, right wing, and he missed it. That's the second time he's missed a wide open look. Russell Westbrook quickly down the lane. And was this last off of Booker? No, it wasn't. This is a foul called against Devin. He can't believe it. I thought he meant to pin it against Russell Westbrook's left leg. But this was Kawhi Leonard, top of the key for 3, right in Torrey Craig's grill. He knocked that one down. I know the fans aren't going to like this goal. I thought that was a little bit of a questionable one myself, even for – I like Russell Westbrook, don't get me wrong, but I think he got pinned off his leg. But Russ going to go to the line to shoot too. He's been good at the line, and he really seems to have that release down. I know he struggled a little bit with the Wizards or the Rockets sometimes when he's been there, but he's not missed a free throw right now. Oh, and that was ball on that side for Booker on that end, but he got called for foul. So this is going to be a timeout on the floor. I think this is going to be Monty Williams that'll pick it up, so we'll go right back. 3:13 left.
It's great. They're set on another crown. Lakers business tomorrow on TNT. Yo, you gotta try this new X. There you go. New X5 fragrance good. Smell finer than fine fragrance with go.
Popeye's bone-in chicken hits the spot, and our biscuits hit it again. The Popeye's Big Buckets. Choose 2 pieces of our signature bone-in chicken or our 8-piece white meat nuggets. Pick 2 regular sides, and the biscuit flakier than Argentinians before it's gone.
Interesting sequence there, Coach. Monty Williams taking his use or lose in the timeout. As you go under 3 minutes here. So each with 2 left, but Devin Booker was imploring him to challenge this foul called on Booker.
Yeah, I don't think it was foul. He would have won the challenge. But the interesting thing is, if you're going to use your timeout anyway right there, why not take the opportunity to challenge? Even if you don't win it, you were taking that timeout anyway. So, sort of confused by that turn of events.
That timeout came between the...
So in between the timeout now, it's Russell Westbrook back at the line trying to go 8 for 8 for 28 points. And he does. So the Clippers now back within 6 one more time. Stan Van Gundy had mentioned that previous foul, which I thought was not against Booker, should have been challenged anyway if you're going to take the use it or lose a timeout. They didn't. It's a step back for Chris Paul, and he is starting to hit those from mid-range in this game. 117, 109, 250 left to go in the fourth. Westbrook now right wing side. His pass, that just gets lazily picked off there. They try to find something for Batum, but nothing happening. This will allow the Suns to get a stop and kill more of that precious time that the Clippers need. It's another one of the rare turnovers for Westbrook in this game. He's been very good. Pocket pass, Ayton, and he lays it in over Zubac. And they're back up by 10 is Phoenix. Quickly pushes it, deflected out of the air again. And will this be last touched? Yes, it is. 2 straight turnovers by Russell Westbrook. Now the wheels are starting to fall off for all the detractors on that end, as he's played a great game, but those are 2 very poor turnovers, and this will put it the other way here as Chris Paul from Durant back to Paul, and now this will be just across the timeline here. 16 seconds to go on the shot clock. The Suns continuing to kill that precious time. They have a 10-point lead on the Clippers, 119-109. Get the switch on Zubac. Step through. Paul, step back, shoots it, scores it! 121-109. Chris Paul with 6 straight buckets. He wants to be the closer. He's been that way for a long time in his career. Timeout, Ty Lue. And I think they're going to have to plan Disney reservations at Crypto.com Arena because this one's over.
Getting out the silver. It all starts with one small play for you. And you. And you. I can change everything for boosting you. That's healthy, as it should be. But now, thank yourself later. Get started at Quarterfinals.com.
Give me your puppy, Mom. Girls, pets are a big expense.
Maybe try switching your car insurance to Progressive. You could save hundreds.
Thanks, TV Dad. We'll think about it, okay?
Look what I found.
I wish TV Dad was always in charge.
Listen to your TV Dad. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save nearly $700 on average.
Well, Chris Paul putting on Craig by Tyronn defense. There's 6 seconds between support. Dish. It takes too much one-on-one, and then the flash pass. The turns into a steal. Chris Paul taking over. Like Brian, like we've seen him do so many times in fourth quarters throughout the year.
Yeah, not just about his offense. 2 big plays by Paul, 2 deflections. That one on Westbrook is huge. Paul's got 16, he scored 8 in the quarter. Leonard on the pass. Westbrook.
So Leonard stuck up in the air after passing out to Batum, and he knocks down the 3, but they say he's going to step on the sideline out of bounds. And I'm going to take a look at that. His back part of his foot just over the line. So that 3 is negated. It would have been 112, 121, but instead it stays 121, 109. The Suns can be able to ride this home here. Just 1 turnover for the Suns here in the fourth. They've been excellent in the second half. A completely different team as they've gotten past the Clippers defense and a foul call on the floor against Eric Gordon. And already in the bonus, I believe, is Phoenix. They're going to be able to go to the line, shoot 2 free throws, and Kevin Durant will put this away. I know the Clippers are as well. But nonetheless, again, I'm looking at dinner reservations at this point right now. I'm going to speed this game up here because this is Dunzo. And the Phoenix Suns will be taking a 1-1 tie in the Crypto.com Arena. So the Clippers, again, as we talk about, they did what they needed to do, but they're going to be very disappointed in the second half of the fact that they just couldn't get a stop. So Durant, here's Torrey Craig again, and he's almost been automatic from 3. Kawhi Leonard will pull this in between his legs, and now it's Russell Westbrook back to Kawhi. Thought about the 3. Works his way up the front of the hook, will get his own rebound back. Good job there by the claw. Here's a back pass for Russell Westbrook. Now back to Kawhi. Kawhi hesitate with the pump fake, trying to get around Ayton, work his way inside, and he traveled. This is against Deandre, and he tried to work his way through, did claw, but nothing doing there. And there really isn't going to be any point right now for Tyler's squad to intentionally foul, down 121-109, but a timeout still taken on the floor. 58 seconds left. Suns up.
So refreshing. So tasty.
What the? Just like that.
Playoff mode is engaged, and the intensity is dialed up. The NBA's best dreaming of a championship, and every play matters. Playoff basketball. We're already in playoff mode. It's time to breathe. Buckle up and don't play. This is the biggest thing. This is playoff mode. This is what it's all about. Lakers 50, Timberwolves Thunder. Tomorrow on TNT. Chris Paul made assists, only one turnover as well. He's controlled the basketball, and he's had moments where he hasn't been much of a factor, but when you need it and it counts, he delivers, and he has delivered in a big way in this fourth quarter. Big shots, big plays defensively, still grabbing in his right hand after that deflection on the Westbrook pass.
So Chris Paul, he gets the pass off the trigger here, and it's bench time for the LA Clippers as Ty Lue's essentially call out the dogs to see Brandon Boston, some of the other players in there right now. As the Suns able to take this home. I don't know why Durant and all of them are still out there right now. There really is no point at this marker. 41 seconds left to go, so everybody should be emptying their bench for garbage time with 41 seconds left to go. But honestly, I know Nick Edwards wasn't able to join me today, but I'm not really all that mad because at least this game has been very competitive. For all the other hockey games we've had today that I wanted to cover, all of them have been blowouts. I'm just trying to hurry up and get this done so I can catch the last about 4 minutes or so of the Seattle Kraken and the Colorado Avalanche. But we got to get this basketball put in here. At least it's going to be a 1-1 tie going into Crypto.com Arena as Landry Shamet on the right wing side off the step back, this up in front of the rim. And this will be picked up by Bismuth Bayamo. Second opportunity, and he cleans it up. 123-109. So when we play again in a couple days, we'll be going back to Crypto.com Arena. And the Suns should feel a heck of a lot better about themselves. Brandon Boston will get this across. Pick it back up now for Mann as they'll push this down. And this is also called a travel. So 17 seconds left, and it should be dribbling out the rest of the way. 123-109 will be your final. As Landry Shamet, all he's got to do is get this across the timeline, and the Clippers won't contest it. So the Phoenix Suns tie up the quarterfinal game 2 at 1 game apiece. They'll be playing at Crypto.com Arena in a couple days, and we'll see what happens with the rest of this series. Your final, 123-109. John Amir with you on the play-by-play. I will see you Thursday back on the ice with Cooper Hopkins. It's either going to be the Rangers and the Devils or the Kraken and the Avalanche. Stay tuned for that, and I'll see you Thursday.
Game 3 will be Thursday. Game 4 Saturday afternoon. Russell Westbrook, an outstanding game offensively. Westbrook finishes with 28. Kawhi Leonard with 31 with 8 boards and 7
series. They beat the Phoenix Suns tied the series, beating the LA Clippers 123-109. So it was Devin Booker with a 38-point effort on 14 and 22 shooting, 9 assists as well. And Kevin Durant, 25 points. So Alexander Georgiev is on the bench. The Avalanche got the extra attacker out there right now. Rather than lose this face-up, and now Seattle looks to get the empty net goal on going. No. Icing against them. How you doing, John? So, part is that Seattle is up 3-1 on the defending champions. Your impressions on this game, John?
I know I'm just joining you late because I ended up covering the Suns and the Clippers, but I'm very impressed. We talked about it in some of the capsules. I think you'd agree with me on this. If Seattle was able to get their goaltending, maybe move it up 25, 30 points in the season average, it'd look good. It looks like Philip Grubauer is doing great against his former team.
He knows the Avalanche very well, and he has played for them previously, and maybe that could be something going Seattle's way. So if Seattle opts to start Grubauer in this series, probably a little tactical strategy by Dave Haxtell.
And no doubt about it. It seemed to work right now. I'd be very intrigued, honestly, guys, on the side of it. If Colorado goes down 2-0, I'm not anticipating that, but if they do, what it's going to be like at Climate Pledge, they'd already be excited because this kind of feels like Seattle's got a chance now with this result.
Oh, yeah, and look how they're going here. So, as I mentioned earlier in this space, let's write this down on the trivia. First Seattle Kraken playoff goal in franchise history, Ilya Tolvanen.
Mm-hmm.
That's followed up by Alex Wenberg and Morgan Geekie on the tallies. Here is a shot by Colorado that went out of play up high. So remember, they have pulled Alexander Georgiev with 4:28 to go. They need 2 here to tie this game up. We have a penalty here. A slashing call.
Well, that was an easy one to call there against that, and then you had an empty net pull, and now you're going to have to negate that. So Colorado's got Arturi Lehkonen in the box. That's going to pour salt in the wound at this point.
Yeah, they have to win this face-off and get Georgiev to the bench quickly and get 5-on-5 the hard way. So 2 minutes for slashing Georgiev on this one. So Seattle with a good chance on getting the insurance marker here. So is Morgan Geekie already at a towel here in this third period? Impressive work by the Kraken to send a message to the league that they are no pushover here heading into the postseason.
No, Alec, and you would agree with this on this side. With Seattle being top 4 in goals, you knew that they were going to be able to score and keep pace. But again, the only questions I had was goaltending. Phil Grubauer's hit all the check boxes, and when you got Vince Dunn, Adam Larson, and some other pieces, Seattle's got good back-end defense as well.
They're helped by that back-end defense, as like Vince Dunn, you mentioned, Adam Larson, not to mention guys like Justin Schultz and Jamie Oleksiak alongside Carson Soucy. They did pick up Jacob Megda from San Jose. He's basically being used as a 7th defenseman in the event any of these defensemen were to go down, or if he's going to rotate with Carson Soucy. But Megda's seeing significantly less minutes in Seattle than he is in San Jose, previously when he was Erik Karlsson's defensive partner. So, face-off win by Colorado. They're moving this up. Lars Eller. And now here comes Alexander Georgiev to the bench. Here's Devontae's a shot held down by Grubauer. And he covers right stomach. Short-handed. 3:38 to go in regulation.
That is a great save there as they're getting a long look at the Grubauer opportunity. Again, you got to wonder what he's feeling against his former team. He's feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah, this is something to feel good about if you're Phil Grubauer. Let's see the official save counter for him. It is 33 out of 34. Meanwhile, it's 27 out of 34, Alexander Georgiev, and what is his playoff debut. So I'm having a little Wi-Fi issue, so just because my computer decided to reconnect to school Wi-Fi, I was decided to use the hotspot because school Wi-Fi isn't reliable all the time.
I can cover the last 3 minutes here if you want, and that's so Alex Wenberg now will throw this here for Vince Dunn as Seattle's on their power play. They look to be taking game 1 at Ball Arena against Denver, Colorado Avalanche. Again, I just come from a basketball game, and Alex did all the heavy lifting here, but we will just figure this out toward the end of it. But I'm going to be very impressed about what I see. So Jared McCann now, the 40-goal scorer here for the Seattle Kraken, will send this back all the way around to Schultz, says Dave Hextall's squad is just looking to make sure they get measured, not making any silly mistakes at this point, as this is picked back up by the Avalanche, but they're running out of time as Jordan Eberle able to get his sauce pass, and this one gets picked off and flipped down the ice. The Avalanche will get this head. They tried to find Devin Taves, but here's Eberle again near the left side of the wall with Schultz, and now Jamie Oleksiak. The power play will expire, but that really doesn't matter. All that does is bleed the clock away from the Avalanche as Larson makes his entry pass into the neutral zone, and Seattle going to play a little bit of a keep away here. So Mikko Rantanen, he's a lone forechecker as he plays this one up the backhand, and here comes Yanni Gourde and toward the right side dot. The spin is this. Nathan McKinnon knocks it away. And now the Avalanche running out of time to go right to left as they have us near the red line. And here's an opportunity for Georgiev as he vacates the goal crease one more time. And McKinnon hits it off the outside of the bar as they came back close, the Avalanche, to get this back within one. They got about 80 seconds left to get 2 goals. And Nathan McKinnon just missed one as it's shoveled near the left side of the wall. Mikko Rantanen now. Nathan McKinnon set it up here for Makar, and his twig, I think, broke in half, or he fanned on it. He definitely fanned on it. This is glove down onto the air. Spun back around by Kale, but it's down to 1 minute left to go here in this third as this is chipped in. Off the drop pass, left side of the wall. This is Valnichuskin. There comes McKinnon off the pivot. He spins around. I thought he got hooked in the hand as Larson gave him a body. Here's Valnichuskin. Nichushkin patient near the right side of the dot. Still trying to stutter step. As this is spun around, fake the slap shot McKinnon into the traffic, blocked by Seattle. Can they be the first to get to it? They flip this down the ice. This is not going to go in the empty net, but this will be iced at 35 seconds.
So there you go with the icing coming for us against Seattle and Colorado. They're trying to score quickly here to get 2 quick goals to try and even this game up. Though Seattle, they're doing amazing at sending a message to the league. We're here, they said. We are here.
Yes, they are. And toward the right side of the bar, that's where it kissed for Nathan McKinnon off the slap shot. You can see all the flex on the twig as Kel Makar into the traffic. Another opportunity. Grubauer makes the save with the left glove. As this goes now here for another opportunity near the left side wall. Nathan McKinnon trying to pick it back up. Now he gets it off of an errant skate. Seattle can't get it out as they're under siege right now, but the time is in their favor. They flip it down the length of the ice, and this will be iced again with 11 seconds. Seattle trying to win their first ever playoff game in their second season as a franchise. It looks like they're going to do it here, Alec.
And I can't wait for what's going to come in Game 3 of this series. I'm hoping to do that with you, John, if I can tune into TNT. And I'm going to have to do that with a TV over at my residential hall, if that's going to be the case, because I know I don't have a TV in my dorm room, but I have to check one of the community kitchens, which
Sure.
they have several on my residential hall. So that's going to be most likely soon. Game 3 I'm excited for.
So here's the situation. We'll call this a middle. I just want to let you know that might be a game time decision because if I have to do anything for the Waterford Sharks here locally, I might miss the Saturday assignment or I might have something else going on, but I'll try to let you know Friday night if I can.
Alrighty. Good to hear.
Well, in the meantime, Alec, I got a request. Should there be a match point or like if there is an elimination game in the Toronto and Lightning series, we need to cover that. We need to cover those games.
Oh, that's obligatory. And I'll say this to add on to that. If Rangers Devils goes to Game 7, maybe, just maybe, a dual cast, who knows?
Oh, it might have to happen.
That would be a good idea on your guys' part. That'd be fun.
Oh, yeah.
So officially, the Kraken win their first game in franchise history in the playoffs.